How's it going, guys? Andrew here.
And Caleb.
Do you guys know
You had to wind up for that one.
Avengers Endgame this week?
It's crazy.
It's
finally here.
Oh my gosh. And so you know what we're doing?
And I know we said that literally last year. Like, oh my god, Infinity War is here.
We're just going to talk about every Marvel movie from Iron Man to Captain Marvel.
So, that kind of sounds nice to say. From Iron Man to Captain Marvel. Wow.
Buckle your seatbelts.
Yeah, this is going to be, what, a 2-hour ride?
Let's just dive into this bad boy and start
Please
with the OG.
Don't be 2 hours long.
Iron Man. Now, one thing we need to know, pretty much phase 1, prior to the Avengers, all Paramount.
Yeah.
They're all Paramount movies. Disney saw what they were doing, and they snatched it. And they made a gold mine out of it. But the first...
So all of them but Avengers.
Yep, so Iron Man...
5.
Yeah. Both Iron Mans, Thor, Hulk,
And Cap.
All Paramount.
So the big 4. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all that. So let's just dive in. 2008. Let's go back.
In the Wayback Machine.
In the way back to 2008. Where you got
what a time.
Robert Downey Jr., you got Pepper Potts, you have all of them.
Jon Favreau.
I love this movie, dude.
It holds up.
It holds up really well. And funny story is, when this came out, we've had this conversation before, but when this came out, I couldn't care less about superheroes.
See, yeah, I was in the exact opposite boat.
So you really were excited for this movie?
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't know the implications of it.
Okay.
But when I saw it, I was super stoked about it.
Yeah. I didn't see it in theaters. My parent rented it from like Redbox one night, and they're like, "Hey, Andrew, you want to watch it?" I'm like, "No." And then I remember coming in during one scene, and I just didn't care. I think because like...
Come on.
I don't know. I think because like I wasn't really into like adult movies like that yet, you know? Like I still wanted like bright kid stuff to be entertained by.
I mean, what, we were 12?
Yeah.
Wow, we were 12.
We were 12.
Wow.
That's a long time ago.
What is it, 7th grade? 8th grade? 7th grade.
7th grade?
7th or 8th. 7th or 8th.
Yeah, sure. So, dang.
10th grade is 16.
That's insane. But yeah, I didn't really care for it. But then when I eventually watched it a few years later,
6th grade. Wow.
I was like, this is awesome. I love this movie. And it still is probably in my top 3.
The first time you watched it was... Nah?
Well, no, like, when I watched it truly for the first time, I loved it. But, like, I just didn't want to watch it initially.
When did you... How much of it did you see the first time?
Maybe, like, a scene or two.
Wow, it didn't pull you in?
No.
With that great start?
No. I watched that scene, and then I left, and I came back when he was, like, building his gray suit. And then I was just like, nah.
You being conceited with your Muppets.
Excuse me. They are great.
And not liking Iron Man. Right off the bat.
Jeff Bridges as a villain.
Yeah.
He's your one-note villain, but I do love him.
I think he stands out, though.
As one of, like, the best.
Mm-hmm.
Especially definitely in the first phase.
Yeah.
First phase is probably the best.
Yeah. Even over, the ice people. Yeah.
The ice people. Yeah, we'll talk about that when we go down there.
Loki.
Loki doesn't count. No, I don't count
yeah.
Loki. I don't count Loki. Then you have Rhodey, Terrence Howard.
Yeah, the whole drama with that.
Yeah, that he wanted more money than Iron Man. Come on, like, Iron Man. He's first bill, okay?
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr., first billing. And I like, wow, I'm drawing a blank on the actor who plays him now. So I guess I don't like him that much.
Oh, Don Cheadle.
There we go. I like him more than this one. I love, though, in Iron Man.
Don's pretty classy.
When
he's a cool dude.
Terrence Howard is running and he looks at his suit, he's like, maybe next time. Not gonna happen.
Nope, you screwed it up for yourself.
Not gonna happen.
Dude. A great Easter egg.
But, it's a good Easter egg, and it's. I just have this little trivia I want to share. Quentin Tarantino was approached to direct this movie in 1999.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He was supposed to write it and direct it, and then like 3 years later, Joss Whedon wanted to direct it. But then it didn't see the light of day till 2006, and then that was when it was handed to Jon Favreau. So this movie was in the work in 2006.
All right, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
This movie.
Quentin Tarantino.
Production for this movie started in 1999. That would have been crazy.
it would have been an awful movie.
You don't trust Tarantino?
I do, but
I don't trust the effects.
I don't trust comic movies that ever made. This would have came out before Spider-Man.
Oh,
What would have that been?
it would have. Wow. A hot mess, probably.
Probably a hot mess. It had a budget of 140 million. It made 318 domestically.
Oh,
Worldwide, almost
That's
kept
it?
600. So,
fair enough.
I mean, it was the first one, you know?
And I feel like a good chunk of that movie was practical
Yeah, for the most
versus what Iron Man is now.
part. Definitely what he is
Mhm.
now. Yeah, I would say a lot more practical. So that's good.
Mhm. I still think this movie holds up.
I think
very
it holds up, but oh boy, the next movie, I don't think that holds up.
I'd rather watch the Incredible Hulk over Thor and Captain America out of the first phase.
I rather watch Captain America.
Really?
Yeah, I actually just watched this video about giving that movie a second chance,
Mhm.
and I kind of want to now. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah.
Okay.
The Incredible Hulk also came out in 2008. I did not know that.
Uh-huh.
So 2 of those movies back to back. And you know who's not in it?
Not our boy.
Not our boy.
Spoiler, man.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo ain't in it, but who is in it? Edward Norton, also credited in writing under a fake name. Did you know that? Yeah, let me see if I can find it. But yeah,
Wow.
it's he was in it so much that he wanted to help write the script, so he gave himself a fake name as credited on the script because he wrote it. So
Wow. Why not just have yourself in it though? With your real name.
right, ego. That's all it's about. I don't really care for this movie.
When's the last time you've seen it?
A minute ago. I don't like Edward Norton, and I love Edward Norton.
What?
I don't.
Oh, like in the movie.
In the movie.
Okay.
I don't think he fits in this movie, and I think he knew he didn't fit in this movie.
Yeah, he's a very lanky Bruce Banner.
Yeah, I don't. What sucks is that like, I love who they tease the Tim Nelson guy who when at the end he gets like the morphed head, like who they were teasing him to be.
Oh yeah, the doctor that they.
Yeah, I like that. That was exciting. Like that was like a good teaser that never came true.
Mm-hmm.
But Tim Roth, who was amazing in all the Quentin Tarantino movies, I didn't like him as Annihilation.
Nah.
I didn't think he fit. And also, the movie just was kind of boring. It was just 2 green blobs punching each other.
I mean, that's all you really needed in a Hulk movie.
I know. I guess it just it wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if this movie should have came in later. Like I wonder if they should have done Thor and then should have done Cap. Well, maybe Thor first and then done this.
Huh.
Because I feel like Hulk is a little more out there than the other ones because the other ones are more humans.
Yeah.
This one is kind of like a creature that you're dealing with, and so I just think that it was interesting that they did this one next.
Yeah.
So
it wouldn't be the first logical leap.
no, but it happened. Sadly, though, box office wise, it's at the bottom.
Wow.
The worst.
Yeah, I can see that.
The
Yeah,
worst one.
That makes total sense.
It actually had 10 million more than Iron Man, so it had 150 million. Guess how much it made?
300?
Like million?
Yeah.
No.
Like worldwide?
Not even worldwide.
200.
Okay, worldwide it made 263 million.
Okay.
Domestically, though, it only made 134 million. So it didn't pass its budget domestically.
At least they got their money back. And that's why we haven't seen a Hulk movie since.
And that's what kind of sucks, because I mean, people can count Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I ain't, though.
I think now that we got Ragnarok, though, that they're more open to doing. What?
Maybe. Or will he just be a side character? Will he just show up in other movies? Do you think he could hold his own movie?
Maybe if they do another Hulk. Like, after Bruce Banner. Maybe She-Hulk?
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about She-Hulk. That'd be a fun one to introduce. Now,
and a chick that can actually still think and talk while she's the
didn't
Hulk.
everybody want, like, Ronda Rousey for She-Hulk or something?
That was too easy. Well, they wanted her or as Captain Marvel.
Oh, gosh, no.
Right?
She's nah.
She can't lead a movie.
She cannot lead a movie, and if anything was to prove that, it was Expendables 3.
Yep.
But yeah, this movie, Louis Leterrier is the director. He did the Transporter movie. I never watched it. Have you seen those?
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, he did the Transporter 1 and 2. And then he did Clash of the Titans a few years after Incredible Hulk. So, yeah, I mean...
He's doing stuff.
He's doing stuff. Actually, he's directing the new Dark Crystal series coming out on Netflix.
Oh, well,
I'm
cross your fingers.
so excited. But yeah, so other than that,
okay,
nothing really much to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
That let's talk about Thor first. Let's talk about those creepy ass eyebrows.
From what?
Thor.
What do you mean? Oh, like Chris's?
Yeah, they're blonde
Oh,
with his long blonde hair.
yeah. I guess they didn't.
They let
He's got
blonde
on
everything.
blonde.
I was never a fan of the long hair.
No.
No, I never was. I was so happy when I saw him in Thor Ragnarok. I was like, "You look great."
I think he looked better as time went on.
Yeah, I guess as time went on, he out of the original phase, he looked the dorkiest.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he's a god amongst men, literally.
And like his outfit, like the helmet, and like
The helmet looked cool at first.
Cool. And the really bright red cape, like all the other ones that kind of had more modern, like darker tones to them. I mean, of course, Captain America was supposed to look cheesy, but then it got cooler. But like he always looked the dorkiest and the shiniest, and like it's whatever.
Yeah.
The movie
Natalie
though,
Portman was okay.
I like Thor. It's a good story. Anthony Hopkins.
I didn't like the location. I think that's what a lot of people don't like. It's just a very boring location.
Oh, Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
More
that's
like
what
Nevada.
sucks. Like, you're in Asgard, and it's beautiful, and it's awesome because you're out of Earth.
And I guess that's the juxtaposition that you're supposed to get.
Fish out of water. I mean, the one thing everybody remembers is when he's having the beer, and he just smashes it on...
Yeah, not even. It was just coffee, morning coffee.
Yeah, morning coffee. That was it.
Or orange juice, something like that.
Yeah.
I could go for some breakfast right now.
Also, you have the generic villain that has no face, giant robot thing.
Oh, yeah, the Sentinel type thing.
He looks cool.
Oh, yeah, he looks super dope.
Yeah, I dig him a lot. I love him in the Lego games. Thing. He was fun, and if anything, this one was kind of to show you, like we're going for it, you know? Like, this is we're nerding out a little bit. We're testing your buttons. Just wait till...
I mean, we also had that post-credit scene in Hulk to kind of connect them together.
That is true. Because Robert Downey Jr. showed up in that one.
With Thunderbolt Ross. That was the name I was trying to think of.
Because that's how they connected. That's how they made those movies connect. I forgot about that. And it was like in a bar, right?
Yeah, something like that.
That was it. Okay. God, there's so many movies. And these are like so long ago. This one came out. Wow, that's a jump. It went from 2008 back to 2011.
Yeah.
So there was a jump there. I wonder if that's when they maybe were having issues keeping the rights or Disney was wanting it. That's a huge...
There's still a lot of stuff going on in the background, at least.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just nowadays, you would not get 3 years like that between movies, or more like 2.
Wait, when did Iron Man 2 come out? So the list I got says that comes out after Hulk and then Thor.
Oh, maybe.
So that could adjust for the gap.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I always forget about Iron Man 2. We'll talk about that after this, then.
So does everybody.
So we'll keep talking about Thor for a minute, though.
I mean, I don't really have much to say about it. It's nice seeing Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm about to say Hawkeye's introduction.
Which I didn't realize the first
Elba
time.
in it.
Oh, yeah. Heimdall.
He's a good one.
Super dope.
But quickly, I just want to look at the box office because this actually is one of the lowest ones as well.
Really?
150 million. It made 181 million domestically, 450 million worldwide.
Okay.
It's ranked number
Still
18 out of
double.
21. So
we had a Hulk that... Hulk was the worst.
We'll get to them.
So we still have 19 and 20.
Yep.
Ooh.
We'll
Can I make predictions?
Yeah.
Thor the Dark World.
Okay.
And, that's actually kind of hard after that. Black Panther.
You are right. No.
I still love that movie. Wow. That Captain America.
Keep thinking. We'll think.
I'll just go Captain America.
All right. When we get there, we'll get there.
Thor the Dark World.
So, as for Thor, let's see, actually, the director was...
Or Ant-Man.
Kenneth Branagh. The guy who...
Branagh?
Brog, Bronga.
Wow.
Bronga.
You kind of shut down for a
I
second.
did. I'm retarded. He was the guy in the Murder of the Orient Express. The main guy with the mustache.
Mhm.
I forgot he's also a director. So that's cool that he did that. All right, Iron Man 2. Let's talk about it because really that movie's not that good.
It was super dope. Before it came out, the trailers were really cool.
The trailers really. I mean, the only really cool thing is when he puts the suit on.
Yeah,
like that's the scene you see.
And that's like the first glimpse of like what it could be.
Right.
And then we got the thing from Avengers, and then the Civil War hand thing, and then of course the nano suit tech and
I just think
Infinity War.
Whiplash was wasted.
Yeah, he looked
He
so dope.
He was just pushed to the sideline.
But I think that's just
Sam Rockwell. That's why he was posted.
Yeah, the same thing happened with Iron Man 3, basically.
Yeah.
I just feel like Iron Man doesn't have enough of a rogues gallery to
that also is
really
true.
seem big enough. But I mean, hey, if you made him more compelling and whatnot, I mean, what was his whole deal? His father worked with Howard Stark and took credit or something.
Something.
And so he doesn't like the Starks.
Some stupid vengeful tale,
Yeah.
and then Sam Rockwell just takes him under his wing.
Nothing really sympathetic about it.
But
sympathetic,
just like in Thor, here introduction of Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
But man, she's hot. She's hot.
I wasn't digging the curly hair.
No,
I'm glad they got rid of that.
I love the red though.
The red, yes.
The red was good. One thing I don't know if you knew this. Kevin Feige made it canon. It's kind of stupid. Remember the scene where there's that little kid wearing the Iron Man mask?
Oh yeah, they retconned that as soon as it came out.
With that as Spider-Man?
Yeah.
So stupid. What are the odds that the kid there standing in front of Iron Man would later become a superhero as well?
It's just dumb.
You could have just left it as a little kid.
Yeah.
And that little kid, that's his highlight of his life.
You know what? Kevin Feige actually came out and said that he took that back. He said it's actually Goose. Goose is the kid wearing the mask.
Goose is everything.
Mm-hmm.
We can't forget Agent Coulson is in all of these movies. He played a big part in this phase 1, bringing the team together. Was he in Hulk? Honestly, I don't know if he was in Hulk. I didn't see him credited in Hulk, but I saw him credited in this.
That makes sense. Yeah, he played a big role in Thor. And yeah, he was in Iron Man 1 at the end.
Yeah. And,
I guess he was kind of the glue, the loose glue, keeping them all together.
This is also Jon Favreau directed this one, but he's done after this.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know why? Why didn't he come back for 3?
I assume he might want to do other movies.
Yeah, you think so?
Mm-hmm. I mean, because he was still in Iron Man 3.
Okay.
I assume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever floats his boat. Yeah. Agent Coulson, Iron Man 1, 2, Thor, Avengers. So that is it. And then he went on that stupid show. But Iron Man 2 is number 12 in the ranking. It made 312 domestically.
I mean, how good Iron Man 1 was, of course it was going to...
Right. It had a budget of $200 million. Wow. That's a lot. It made over $600 million worldwide, though.
I can't wait to get to the third one.
Right?
How much all those suits cost.
See where that goes. But any more thoughts on Iron Man 2?
No. I mean, I still like to watch it every now and then.
I mean, when was the last time you actually watched it?
I mean, like a few years ago.
Yeah. I watched it probably leading up to Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we watched all of the movies leading up to that.
Dude, that was 10 movies ago.
That was 10 movies ago.
Now, do that and then add 10 movies onto it.
Jeez.
You got the Endgame binge.
So many. So, just like Incredible Hulk and Iron Man, and then you had Iron Man 2, and then come 2011, you had Thor and Captain America First Avenger.
It's the same year?
Same year. So, they took a year, then they made a movie, then they made 2 more movies.
Okay.
So, okay, that works.
Yeah.
Captain America. I saw this at the Sycamore Theater over the summer for $2 with Mitchell.
With Mitch.
Yeah.
Name drop.
And it was boring.
Yeah.
I was highly entertained because I had a lady friend with me. But Mitchell, I remember it was just the 3 of us in the theater, and Mitchell just sat on the opposite side of the theater, third wheeling as he always did back in the high school days.
As you do.
Yeah, not my cup of tea, this movie, the first few times I've seen it. I think I've seen it 3 times, and I've always been bored.
I think watching it as like a history piece, going into it was better.
Mm-hmm.
Because that definitely helped me out. Watching it as just like a World War II movie.
I always forget Tommy Lee Jones is in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the colonel.
He carries it for a good portion too.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Seeing skinny Chris Evans is a nightmare.
Yeah, I always.
No matter how you put it.
When I was young, I didn't really register that was his head on like a skinny body. I thought they just got like a look-alike.
That was their first attempt at that technology too.
It was interesting.
I mean,
it doesn't. It's not bad.
It looks better than what we've gotten after that.
Right? Like they definitely put their budget in that.
Yeah.
I love Sebastian Stan as Bucky, and I had no idea who this guy was prior to that. But now
exactly. I don't think he really stood out in the first one though.
He didn't stand out, but like
it's a good casting choice.
It's a good casting choice, and like this is here we go. So like the guy, I'll like send you the link to the video. He talks about why this movie is so good, and it establishes a friendship,
right?
That really doesn't pay off for a few years.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It takes a minute, but then it really pays off, and because like I knew nothing about Captain America. All I knew is that he had a shield.
Yeah, basically.
That was it for me.
And he throws it.
Yeah.
He's got wings on his helmet.
Hugo Weaving is Red Skull. Great actor.
Super cool.
Lord of the Rings. Love the dude. Sucks he hated that. I would understand though, having to wake up like at 4 a.m.
It's just that and not like the actual character itself.
Right.
Or hated being on set. He just hated having to put all the makeup on.
It was some pretty cool makeup. Oh, that reveal when he rips it off.
That's super cool.
I mean, he probably was chilling until he had to rip
stuff.
it off, and then the rest of the movie he was just Red Skull. Like he was probably fine, just him, obviously. Right. And then he gets sucked in at the end. It's like to the Tesseract.
Right.
And then we don't see him.
Yeah, I still remember the whole.
Until he magically appears on some planet. Does that really make sense?
What's it called? Vindar. I just watched Infinity War recently.
Yeah, you just watched it like a week ago, if that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Fuck. I think it starts with a V, I believe. Bordor, Vindor, blah, 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 whatever. Doesn't matter. But it was super cool when we saw him.
Super cool.
Crazy.
Peggy Carter, also a great character.
Yes.
This one had a lot of good characters in it.
Yeah.
And I love the montage in the middle where he's like the propaganda pretty much for the war.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, it is a good history piece.
Yeah, it does serve good because he literally was good morale boosting too in the real world.
And the director is Joe Johnson. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah. He directed Jumanji. He directed The Rocketeer, Jurassic Park 3. And he directed The Nutcracker in the Four Realms that you wanted to see. So.
And totally passed up.
Yep, totally passed up.
It's good. I have some good memories with the movie.
Yeah.
Just chilling at home. Wintertime. Fireplace on. Relaxing. Chillaxing. Acting all cool.
Alone?
Yeah.
You're cool to yourself, right?
Yeah. Seeing the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I think it was around. Yeah, it must have been around Christmas time.
You just had a Christmas.
It was
March.
Yeah.
Christmas tree still up.
Fun stuff.
I
like it, and like they had like the plasma guns and stuff. That stuff was super cool.
I also like that Red Skull's little minion would eventually turn into
what's his name? Like one of the main villains in the second one.
Mordork.
Maddock. Something like that.
I wanted to say Mordor like that for Lord of the Rings, but you were correct. This is the second lowest.
Ooh.
So Incredible Hulk, then...
So at number 20.
It is number 20.
So we're just missing number 19 and then Thor.
Yep. Wow. So this budget was 140, so it went back to the Iron Man budget.
Wow. Maybe that train scene was just super expensive.
It grossed 176 million domestically, and worldwide
at least they made their money back.
I think every movie made its money back.
Yeah. But the fact that Hulk didn't make its money back on domestic alone, that kind of sucks.
Worldwide, 370. So
okay.
that's kind of crazy. Like 370. Like that's like what movies get within like 3 weeks.
And that's what happens when like Joss Whedon like sneezes
Right.
on a film reel and releases that.
It's like, oh, here you go. Here's my jokes. Like,
here's my jokes.
Here's my jokes. Here's the clickbait. So very quick, I have a timeline here. Since we just went. We're pretty much going through phase 1.
Right.
Captain America from 1943 to 45.
Mm-hmm.
Huge gap till Captain Marvel, but we ain't talking about that. 2010 is meant to be Iron Man, which actually came out in 2008.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's in
I think they just wanted to round up.
It's the near future. 2011, you have Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, and Thor all take place in that year.
Makes sense.
And then 2012, the Avengers. So it catches up to itself in 2012. And then also Iron Man 3 takes place in that year as well. So let's hop on to the movie that really started it all. It was
so big. Such a big thing, dude. And we only had 5 movies before.
Here, for me, this is what I was really introduced to.
Yeah.
Because at that time, I had seen all the movies at least once, didn't really care for them, but then I saw this trailer and I was like, that looks awesome. And I was
I'll take one, please.
I'll go see that. And I did, and that was, I think, one of the first times I ever hung out with Matt.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to go see that at the Sycamore Theater, and we had a blast. I remember...
a bonding moment.
Watching the movie opening day with Jacob and Mitchell, when they're on the helicraft thing, and Black Widow's helicarrier, and Black Widow's running, and the Hulk is going through.
Bro,
yo, Mitchell like cupped his ears like this because he thought it was gonna be loud, and like Jacob like points to me, and like we start laughing at him because we're just like, what a pussy! Like can't take the loud noise. He didn't want to get scared.
That's one of the best shots in the movie too.
It is a great shot in the movie.
Dude, that movie was such when Nick Fury, when they got invaded by, or when Loki came in and stole the Tesseract, and we got that intro when he said, call them, and we got the theme. That's when I knew.
Oh, the theme is so good.
Yeah, that was our first introduction to it. Like I knew it was going to be a big deal.
The Avengers theme is going to be like Star Wars. It's going to be like Harry Potter. It's going to be something where you just hear it and you're just like,
oh, it's been already.
Well, like in like 20 years, you know, when it feels 20, 30 years, when it feels a little more nostalgic, it's going to just be like Star Wars. Where like, you're just going to start, you're going to feel that, and you're like, oh, it's so good. Did you watch it opening weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my high school had a screening for it. Or
Really?
not screening, but like within the year they played it in the auditorium for some like field day or whatever. I'm just like,
it was a huge movie.
Yeah.
This was,
they've never played movies before,
right,
or after.
And it's so interesting that this was the movie, you know?
Right.
Do you think it was almost Disney's hand in it that made it feel like it was just that much more important?
I don't know.
Because like I said, this was the movie.
Yeah, how different would it be if it was Paramount?
If it was Paramount that did it, would they be able to even do this? You know, like,
true.
It's pretty crazy. We've mentioned Josh Whedon.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote it. He wrote the screenplay, not the story, obviously. Right. But he wrote the screenplay. He directed it. It's amazing. Like, this one works. I don't think it works in Avenger Age of Ultron, but it works here. Because this...
Age of Ultron was just 2 things. Strictly sequelitis, and it wasn't an age.
Yeah, so...
it was a day of Ultron.
We'll talk about that when we get there. But, like, this movie, it feels... Phase 1 feels like complete.
Yeah.
Like if they ended with phase 1...
That's because that's where everything started.
Like, it just...
We had 4 origin movies.
It's a nice little tuck.
We had 5, if you technically count it's the origin for the Avengers.
Yeah.
5 origin movies.
Yeah.
Out of 6.
That's a good one. 5 origin movies.
So I think that's why like phase 2 and phase 3 don't feel complete, because they already start with pre-made things. Because phase 2 we only have... Does Ant-Man fall in phase 2?
Yes. Phase 2 goes Iron Man 3, Thor, The Dark World, Captain America, Winter Soldier.
What's the last one?
Guardians, Avengers, Ant-Man.
Okay, so we only got 2 origins with Guardians and Ant-Man. And then 1, 2, 3. So we got 4 in Phase 3: Captain Marvel, Black Panther,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anything, Phase 2 is really like the filler feel.
It does, yeah. But if anything, it's just you're getting to know Phase 1 characters just a little bit more.
Yeah.
You're dwelling their stories more.
When honestly,
for
all
an
we
anticlimactic Avengers 2.
all we want is just more Iron Man. That's really all we need.
more Iron Man,
You
please.
can never have too much Iron Man.
Guess where this is on the roster for box office?
Oh, top 5.
Okay.
Top 3.
Yeah?
Number 2.
No.
Ah.
Number 3.
Black Panther and... Oh, duh. Infinity War?
Yeah.
Oh, duh. I don't know why I didn't think about that.
But they are only about 50 million apart.
Okay.
So they're pretty much close together. It has a whopping 623 million worldwide.
Ooh.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, that's domestically. Domestically.
Take that back. It hit the 1...
Yeah.
Yeah, it hit 1 billion.
It hit 1.5 billion worldwide.
Ooh.
A budget of 220 million. Those people got a happy paycheck at the end of the day. They got a nice bonus with that movie.
Dude, it's weird. It's like they almost put all the revenue from the first 5 movies and just doubled it.
Right?
In Avengers.
220 million. That's a lot of money thrown into that movie. It could have been a gamble, you know? It could have been really bad. Like,
Disney trusted.
Right after the backburn of Captain America, they could have been like, is this going to be good? Like, if nobody really liked Captain America, is this going to be good? Kevin Feige, though, he had faith.
Yeah.
He had faith. He was definitely on. I wonder, he was on Iron Man, right? Like, he started. They didn't bring him on later.
Yeah, because I think he was the head of Marvel's cinematic team.
Yeah. I'm just going to go really quick and see. Because I know that he's produced a lot of movies.
Man's busy.
Dude, holy crap. He's actually been a producer for the X-Men movies, for Daredevil, for Spider-Man movies, the Blade movies, Fantastic Four. He's like
that makes sense.
Comic producer. Wow.
Wait, no, that's the thing. Any Marvel movie he was a part of.
But like, sorry.
Movie or show.
But all of them, prior to Iron Man, he's either a co-producer or an executive producer.
Yeah.
When it comes to Iron Man and beyond, he was a producer. So that means he really had like his hands in it.
Right.
Because executive producer is like, I'm an executive here, so I'm putting money in, but I'm not really going to be producing it as much.
I mean, I'm sure it's a fine line.
You have, but then co-producer. Like,
and he probably moved up too.
Yeah, well, definitely moved up through the line.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, he has a lot of movies that he's on his list. 66 in his credits. That's a lot. He's a good guy. I don't know if I'd ever want to meet him. I feel like I'd be scared, you know? I don't know. I don't know why I'd be scared, but I think I'd be scared.
Is it like shaking hands with Thanos?
Almost, but that'd really be if I met Josh Brolin.
Well, no, I meant like the literal Thanos.
Oh.
Like the dude with full control.
Probably. Let's talk about that. Some random black dude was Thanos at the end of Avengers. Whatever happened to him?
What do you mean?
Like the person that was supposed to be Thanos, you know, the end credit scene. That was just some random black
dude. Yeah.
I wonder how that guy feels now.
Yeah, did he just walk off or did they just... I think it was Marvel. They didn't put much thought into who they wanted to cast, so they just cast whoever they could get.
And I love his look there. I really love his look because it felt really comic.
I think it was in between where they lost him.
His looks changed completely.
Yeah, his colors changed too.
Yeah.
A lot, from like purple to like blues to back to the lighter purple.
And he looks great.
He looked menacing, dude.
In Infinity War, but he looked really evil in...
He had very blue eyes.
His name in the credits is Man Number 1.
What?
Damian Poyer.
Well, no, I
check him out. He has a chin, bro.
I would assume.
Look at that.
They wanted that Thanos chin.
They wanted that Thanos
nutsack
chin. Dang, that guy's crazy.
It makes sense he's credited that way. Because they didn't want to spoil that he was Thanos.
Right? Just how, like Oscar Isaac is Mystery Man in Spider-Verse.
Yep, exactly.
He actually is in Captain America Civil War as Hero It's cut off. Hero something, but interesting. Looks like he really doesn't have a career. Like TV, maybe, but I have never seen him in anything. He's a lot of like number one people. So, and he does stunts. But good for him. He got to put on some CGI dots, and that was it.
Be the Mad Titan himself. I still can't get over that Thanos trusted Loki with an Infinity Stone and the scepter.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Just to go after another one. And he lost it.
That he had a minion.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, did he know? I guess we'll talk about when we get to Ultron. So let's talk about Iron Man 3. Mm-hmm. And oh, man.
I like this movie just for the suits.
Yeah, would you...
which we did pass over another super cool new Iron Man way to suit up in Avengers. When he got thrown out the window and then the suit comes in.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool.
So good.
God, I guess we're not really talking about like highlights of Avengers. I love the Hulk punching Thor.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great one.
A great Whedonism.
Yeah. Coulson's death, which was very sad.
Yeah.
Like, it was...
Everyone felt that.
Marvel could do it, you know? Mm-hmm. They could do it. They could have, back in the day, they could have killed somebody.
The plan that worked, getting the Hulk out, that exchange when everyone's fighting and then Bruce Banner's just holding the scepter.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool.
Oh, dude. Fucking when he grabs Loki and just smashes it. Oh, I remember in the theater, everybody just dying laughing. Like, that was Josh Whedon at his finest. Like, he was doing great stuff.
Dude, and...
Dude, hold on. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to finish it off.
Loki like ripped a guy's eye out.
Yeah,
in the middle of like an art show.
Moment. Yeah,
like
not even like with they didn't like cover it up either. He just put a device on a dude's eye, took it out.
It's pretty crazy. Like
it's dark.
It's a dark movie. We talked about it.
Dude, Loki was menacing, dude. When he made everyone kneel, and he did that thing where the suit just came over him.
He was a good villain.
And then when Tony hijacks the Quinjet for his little introduction.
Yeah.
So cool.
He was a good villain. He was a good villain because you knew who he was already. Mm-hmm. So you didn't have to be introduced to a new villain because he was in Thor. And was everybody on the hype train already for Loki? Or did that not really come till Thor 2?
No, I think it started there.
It started there in
like
Avengers?
It didn't start in Thor, but when we saw him again in Avengers and saw how cool he was.
Because everybody loved him
badass, like
by Thor Ragnarok.
When he was awesome. Being driven around in the sky during the New York battle and he catches Hawkeye's arrow.
Yeah, he just
before blowing up, just how cool he is.
Yeah,
calm.
And then he blows up.
Yeah.
It's, I love Tom Hiddleston. I didn't meet him, but I got to see him talk at the convention I went to a few months back, and he just loves it. David told me that, like, he loves going to the conventions to meet fans.
Oh, yeah.
And he was only scheduled for Saturday, Sunday, but his tickets sold out so fast and his fans were so sad that he came Friday. So then tickets opened up Friday so more fans could meet him. And I was like, I love you, dude. Like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that's a person who really loves what they are doing. And
yeah.
I just remember, like, this little kid, like, walks up and he's like, is Loki, like, coming back? And it's like, of course, like, it's like a 7-year-old kid and everybody's like, oh. Yeah. And then, like, you could tell, like, Tom was like, what do I say? And
this is the first, like, Jon Snow moment.
Right.
Like, where you just have to lie.
Like, I mean, I think he's going to be in Endgame, but
somehow
in the flashbacks. Like, I think he's going to be on set. Now, if they save him somehow, I'm going to be a little pissed.
Yeah, that's a huge cop-out.
Because I think he should be dead.
No. Keep him out.
Yeah, I think he should be dead.
Stay committed.
Because you just can't. And, like, Gamora, she should be dead.
No, she's coming back.
Okay, we'll talk about that
She's
later.
coming back. But one last thing. They need to recreate the final shot for Loki when he's on the ground about to get up and everyone's just surrounding him. You got all 6 Avengers.
We need that again.
Yeah, but with even more. Everyone.
How would you get that shot? It's so easy to get the 6, but how do you get more?
You find a way.
You find a way.
Life finds a way.
One thing that I love, now we're jumping Iron Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
I love the I'm Blue song in the beginning. I love it. I love that song. It's a great song. Definition of the 90s.
It would have been perfect if it came out in the first one.
Guy Pearce is the name who plays the villain,
Mm-hmm.
who is the Mandarin, apparently.
Yeah. Guy Pearce, and then what's the other guy?
Ben Kingsley. Ben Kingsley. He's a great actor who is the actor portraying as the Mandarin.
Well, no, that's the thing. He was the actor, but the other guy wasn't still being the Mandarin.
No, yeah.
He was the extremist bro.
And here's my thing. Shane Black, he has his sticks, and his stick is Christmas. That's what he gets. All his movies take place during Christmas, and...
Like, why is it necessary?
I don't know. I like... I saw the first Lethal Weapon. He wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Not my thing. It was kind of long. He directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer.
Right.
I actually really like that movie. I like the Nice Guys. All right. Predator though, that just came out last year.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, more Nice Guys.
I think
great.
This was the first movie. I think they saw Josh Whedon and they were like, you know what? Let's have directors also write the script.
Yeah.
And Shane Black is known for more writing than he is directing. So I think that's why they went to him next. Because he directed all of the Lethal Weapons. Wrote all the Lethal Weapons. He wrote Monster Squad. Last Action Hero. That's a great movie. And Kiss Kiss Bang Bang up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
He did nothing from 2005 till Iron Man 3. That's insane.
Dude's just hanging out.
Dude is just hanging out.
Enjoying his life.
Like, that's...
Maybe that also didn't help the fact that he was rusty.
Yeah, he like, even, like, acting-wise, because he's acted a few times, like, he really disappeared. I wonder what he did on his hiatus. That's interesting. That he just went away. Vacay for, like, 10 years.
Dude, if I could.
Right? I don't know. I think I just want to keep making movies in my prime and then have vacay later.
Vacation for like a month.
Yeah. Or take a year off. Make a movie, take a year off. Make a movie, take a year off. Not even that.
No, that's too much. I want to be making movies like every year.
Right. That's
at least one.
And
dude, I want to be like The Rock.
That's where Iron Man 3 falters, is that it's just boring, in my opinion.
It had cool suits and should have kept Pepper Potts with the extremists.
Yeah. I love Gwyneth Paltrow, and they try to give her more in this. I'm also right here. Jon Favreau, he's in it. I always forget that he plays Happy.
Yeah.
So he's in the movie. Why didn't he direct it then?
Maybe he just had too much on his plate.
Maybe.
So it's like Ben Affleck to bring this freaking crap up again, but backwards.
Oh gosh. Also, wasn't there like a news lady that like was like flirting on Iron Man or something?
That was the first one.
That was the first one. I thought that was the third one as well.
Where he sleeps with her and then kicks her out.
No, there's something in the third one where there's a scene where like they're at his place. It's like before the helicopter comes, and I feel like Gwyneth Paltrow's there with the other girl, and they're like getting at it or something.
Yeah. Oh, she's like an intern or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't like nothing sexual or anything.
No, I guess not sexual, but
I think it was. I know what you're talking about. Well, I'll look it up.
Anyways, I always compare this movie to The Dark Knight Rises.
What?
Hear me out.
Go on.
Because The Dark Knight Rises is more Bruce Wayne than it is Batman. Because he gets destroyed, he has to rebuild himself to take on the villain.
I can see that.
In Iron Man 3, he loses all of his suits, and so he hides out with this kid, and then he tries to find out who he really is, and then he does, and then he beats the bad guy. And
beats the bad guy.
I also am not a fan of a kid being like the Yoda, or like the mentor, and I've never really bought it that like a kid was wise.
Yeah. It was this chick, Rebecca Hall.
Boom.
Yeah.
That was her. There we go. I'm looking right at it. I don't know why I didn't look down a little bit more. James Dale, who played the kid. Yeah, not a fan of him.
Sure. I mean, he was funny for a little bit, but could have moved on.
Right? Did War Machine really play a big part in Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
Because he played a big part in 2.
Maybe not as big.
Yeah, not as big. I feel like he
Not
kind
as
of got
much as
pushed to the
Team Ego.
side.
I don't even think he was there for the fight, the finale.
The finale, yeah, he's third
No,
build,
maybe.
which is interesting.
No, maybe he was. I take it back. With the suits. Oh my god.
The
they were
suits
so
are
cool.
pretty awesome. I hate the ending though when they all explode.
Yeah, and I hate how they all they're like paper.
Right.
Just get shredded apart.
And then he rips the thing out. He rips the little heart thing out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, what's happening? What's happening, Iron Man? Because that's what
What?
everybody started freaking out that he was done as Iron Man.
Yeah, I feel like people associate that thing with his heart. All it's doing is keeping the shrapnel from going into his heart.
Right.
Which it doesn't happen right away. From what I remember, in the first one, the doctor guy did that just because it would eventually do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if he takes it out, he's still got time for it to come back.
Jeez.
But in Iron Man 1, when Obadiah took it out, he started dying right away. It's like, I don't get the physics of Tony's heart in the reactor. I would associate it's just power for the suit. And also is helping him.
Guess what this is in the box office?
Top 10.
More.
Not top 5.
Top 5.
Whoa.
You
Number
want to know?
5?
You want to know why it's number 5? You want to know why?
Why?
Because it came off of the back burners. Of
Yeah.
Avengers.
And it's Iron Man.
Yeah, and it's Iron Man. It is number 5. It's pretty impressive. Domestically, it made $400 million, and it made $1.2 million worldwide.
Which was number 5?
No, that is number 5.
I mean, sorry, which was number 4?
We'll get there. But let's talk about the movie that everybody and their mother hates, even Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Thor: The Dark World. That movie sucks.
Yeah.
There's really nothing really to talk
What's
about.
the whole
it.
plot with
Who
Portman?
even was the main villain?
The dark elf dude?
But like actor, was it anybody we knew?
Yeah.
Who directed it? Alan Taylor? I don't even know this guy. What did he direct? Game of Thrones. Never mind. He's better in that. So, Natalie Portman wasted.
I just think it was the story. It's too
Gosh,
bland.
it was such a boring story. Everything was bad about it. Box office wise, it's number 17. It made like $200 million.
And we found out they had the reality stone.
That, I guess, if anything, that's the thing. Everybody was like, Dark World's so important now because the end credit scene of going to the, what's his name?
That's why you can't skip it because it's got plot.
What's his name?
What? Which dude?
The Collector.
Yeah, the Collector.
Yeah, like that's the, and I remember watching that. I had no clue what was going on.
Yeah.
I was like,
dude
who
that
is
has
this
a bunch
guy?
of weird stuff.
What is this guy doing? He has some weird creatures in glass cases.
It could have been so good.
I don't think
Could have
it
been
could
great.
have been.
I think what the flaw was that Thor's character was still so bland.
I feel like he even
only
got
became-
blander in this movie, you know?
Yeah, exactly. He was at his peak pre Ragnarok. He was at his peak in the Avengers.
Yeah. So
And
he
then-
kind of took a step back.
Yeah, he went up and then way down.
But then it went up for Ultron and then skyrocketed.
Yeah, it only really went up in Ultron when they had the cool conversation
Mm-hmm.
about the hammer.
And so, obviously, we don't like it. So we're just going to move on to Winter Soldier, which is amazing.
Ooh.
Winter Soldier was when I was like, okay, Captain America, you're awesome.
Yeah.
You have an awesome story.
It's the exact opposite of Thor to Thor 2.
Literally.
Times 5.
Times like a billion. Introduction to Falcon.
Yeah. And just a way to reinvent a character that's stuck in his old ways.
Seriously. Except for it does kind of retcon a lot of
Making
like
it so dark.
the villains and that like shield and everything.
Big stuff. Very big stuff.
Robert Redford is great as the main villain.
Yeah.
I was wouldn't it have been really cool if he ripped his mask off and it was Red Skull again? Out of nowhere. It make no sense, but like,
right?
Wouldn't that be so cool?
I feel like that just would have been like a Joker moment. Like, why does Joker always have to be the bad guy in Batman games?
Winter Soldier 2. Him himself.
So good, dude. The knife fight scene.
Yes.
Just flipping it around.
Love that. I love when Nick Fury gets shot out of nowhere.
Dude, Nick Fury almost died.
That was an intense
He
scene.
almost got ganked.
Then the
in the elevator scene. Duh.
Oh yeah, that was advertised in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And then what retcons this scene where he lifts up the eye, and you see his eye patch, and he talks about how he can't trust anybody because he lost an eye.
I mean, I guess his trust was destroyed by that cat.
But it's not a somebody. It's an alien creature.
It's a somebody.
It's a something, in my opinion.
Oh, you're not the type of person to say that a pet animal isn't a part?
Okay, let's not go there.
What do you call Daisy? A something or somebody?
I call her a dog.
All right. This concludes the podcast, guys.
Winter Soldier falls in the middle. Winter Soldier falls in the middle, box office wise.
Wow.
Just average, number 14.
I think it was just the fact that they're like, it's just Captain America.
Right, just Captain America. But then that's when we got a fresh take in the cinematic universe. A movie I saw 3 times opening weekend because I loved it so much. And it's probably... It's in my top 3, honestly. I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow.
I think it's an amazing movie.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn proved himself to be a phenomenal writer and director. An amazing, unique cast. Like, we leave Earth. This movie does not take place on Earth.
Perfect casting.
Okay, my bad. It takes place on Earth for like a minute in the beginning.
Right.
But amazing casting.
We didn't need that. The Earth part.
No, but like Chris Pratt, he was fat. He was a jokester.
And then
he got ripped and he got in the role and everybody loved him and now he's one of the biggest actors in Hollywood.
Dude, his year was like, what, 2 years ago?
Poppin'. That Lego Movie and Jurassic World.
Yeah.
That was a year.
My Passengers came out relatively around there too.
Also, Bradley Cooper as Rocket. Love it. Michael Rooker as Yondu. Love it.
Dude, it's perfect casting.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
I don't care. He says, I am Groot in different forms.
That's
Still
all he
great.
needs to say.
Everybody. Zoe, Dave, even...
Now, does he do the motion capture too?
Yo, bro, your girl.
Oh, yeah, Karen Gillan. It does suck a little bit. You don't really recognize her.
Not at all, and she looks ugly.
Yeah.
And Nebula's...
Yeah. She's a cyborg.
Where's her hair?
Where's that beautiful red hair?
Then you got John C. Reilly as the Nova Corps. Yo, Glenn Close was the Nova Prime. Interesting. An actress like that. And then you had Del Toro as the Collector. I don't know, you probably knew this. Shane Gunn, his brother, was on set Rocket. Mm-hmm. That's always fun. Wouldn't it be fun to have your brother work with you on set?
Well, he was also in it too.
Yeah, he was like the guy, but I like him more knowing that he's on set Rocket. So he's just like squatting there. Like he does his motion capture for that. Wow. There's 11 credits for writers for this movie.
It's pretty hefty.
It's a pretty hefty movie. But I love it. It's definitely in my top 3. And for that movie, it falls
top
in
10?
Yes, number 9.
Woo!
$333 million.
Just made it.
773 worldwide. Yep. So it's a great movie. I like it a lot. It's funny. The soundtrack, you learn so many good songs.
Exactly.
I will say Ronin though, kind of boring.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a fan.
It would have been so cool if
of the final ending, like the showdown, like the dance off. I never was really a fan of that.
But the cool sacrificing part is pretty dope.
That is good. And also it hints that he is like a god kind of guy.
Exactly.
So you're just like, how the hell is he surviving the stone? And also at that time I was just like, no, he's just it's just the movie's being a movie. But little did I know it actually meant something later on.
Right.
What was the end credit scene for that? Did it lead into? Oh, duh! It was Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Oh no, or was that the end of Winter Soldier?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I really don't know.
The introduction to them and their awful Russian accents. That Scarlet Witch's Russian accent disappears. After that movie.
I mean, they tried something.
They tried.
I just can't believe that. It sucks that right after this was Avengers 2, and people were like, "Are they going to integrate Guardians somehow?" It was the last movie to come out. Nope. Not at all.
And so, Age of Ultron.
And we just got to the halfway point.
We got this. We got this. Josh Whedon, no.
He couldn't do his magic
He
twice.
couldn't do his magic twice. We needed something else. Do you think because the newer movies, like the Phase 2, kind of took themselves a little more seriously, going to the Josh Whedon formula kind of ruined it?
Maybe. Yeah, Dark World and Winter Soldier.
Definitely serious.
But then Guardians brought it right back.
Brought it right back, but maybe this movie was already in the works while that one was kind of wrapping up.
Oh, which, by the way, totally forget, we get a lot more of Thanos in Guardians. I mean, a lot more than what we've gotten.
In Guardians or Guardians 2?
The first one.
No.
He's the one that sends Ronan.
No,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I thought he was in Guardians 2.
I mean, he might have been for a little bit.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
So Josh Brolin was in it?
No, I don't think it was Brolin Thanos.
Whoa, okay. Keep talking about Age of Ultron. I gotta look this up.
I mean, I feel like just all the negatives from Age of Ultron just comes from that we couldn't develop one of the best villains in the Marvel universe. It's just all wasted potential, and I do like how there's room for him to come back because that would be really dope. His introduction to him was really cool. The whole no strings attached. He's all menacing, walking into the room.
Bro, I think it's just Guardians 2.
No.
Yes, I swear.
No, because he has that scene where he sends Ronan. And Ronan, like, challenges him at some point. And, like, Thanos puts him back in his place. When's the last time? You've seen Guardians how many times?
Right. But, like, who was the actor then?
I don't know, some random dude.
Okay, interesting.
Like, they recast Thanos so many times.
God, I can't find him in the credits. I mean, I haven't seen it in a minute, but...
Like, you've seen it 3 times.
I have. And it was probably like one small scene.
Apparently 3 times isn't enough.
It's not enough, honestly.
No, I think there's at least 2. Where Ronan challenges him, and then another one with Ronan. Or maybe where, like, a flashback with Nebula and Gamora.
Damn, dude, I really don't remember that. Anyways, we're going to look
Does that
it up.
sound familiar?
No.
Huh.
I remember it strictly in Guardians 2.
I don't think he was in Guardians 2.
We're looking this up after this. I'm getting mad now.
What the hell did he do in Guardians 2?
Anyways, Age of Ultron. I think also the creation was rushed.
Yeah.
How he, like, kills Jarvis.
Quote unquote
Kills him.
Takes over.
And he just, like, learns everything. He's like, I hate humanity. Like,
Yeah.
That fast, huh?
Yeah, it literally was 30 seconds of just, like, figuring out the world and, like, oh, humanity's the problem.
Right.
I'm like,
come on, that's such a lame
there
excuse.
could have been a cooler way to do that.
I love the party scene, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great scene where they're all bantering together.
And the shipping between Bruce and Romanoff.
And they're all doing the trying to lift the hammer.
Oh, God, yeah.
And Cap nudges it, and, like,
So
Thor's
good.
eyes just get... Like, that humor worked for that. Like, that was a good, like, Josh Whedon moment. But...
Well, the humor didn't hurt the movie.
Yes, yeah, you're right. The humor didn't hurt it.
Like, even the what really stands out to me is the Hawkeye scene, where he's, like, trying to, like, talk. What really brings Widow, or not Widow, God damn it, Scarlet Witch onto his side when he's like, there's people flying everywhere, there's a mad robot, there's a giant Hulk monster.
And I'm a dude of arrows.
Yeah, and I have arrows. None of this makes sense.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And that really grounded Hawkeye. Oh my God, I totally forgot. Fucking Hawkeye's ranch. That was a negative of the movie.
Yeah, that sucked. Hawkeye's ranch sucked. Thor's journey to that pool water thing was weird as hell.
Yeah. Oh, the Africa fight though.
Yeah.
The Hulkbuster.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
And when Ultron just cuts off Claw's arm.
Ooh, I love this.
Like,
it was good
that comedy,
world building.
That comedy did kind of work with Ultron because I think him being funny,
like
made
dry
him,
humor, kind of.
But the fact where he didn't mean to take his arm off, maybe toned down how apologetic he was, but like show that like he didn't mean to take his arm off.
I really hate that Days of Future Past introduced Quicksilver right at the same time as Marvel did. And Marvel knew they couldn't keep him, so they just killed him off. And they killed him off in a very lame way, and it felt very rushed.
I wouldn't say it's lame. I would say it's rushed. I thought it was a good payoff on how he died. How he had this banter with Hawkeye.
I guess,
And so it
yeah.
ended with him saving him.
Yeah.
Um,
But, like, if anything, it was just rushed. Because you're like, I barely knew you, dude.
yeah.
And then,
That was
next
really-
I see them in Godzilla and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver making out. And I'm really confused. My body doesn't know how to take it.
What are you doing?
Your brother and sister, you're not boyfriend and girlfriend.
I'm not watching Game of Thrones.
um,
The scene where he tries to grab Thor's hammer.
yeah.
It's so funny.
It's funny. And then just doesn't like Vision kill Ultron off screen, kinda?
I mean, they have their altercation, then we just didn't. I mean, did he?
Yeah. What if he didn't? What if he like shot a
that would
tree
be
instead?
the great twist that Ultron is still around.
Yeah. What if like
That
Vision
robot
had
got
pity
away.
on him?
Huh.
Huh.
I'm going with that.
That'd be a good way to bring him back.
It would be nice if like they showed Vision having regret
But like you said,
or guilt.
it was not the
somewhere.
age. It was the
age.
afternoon of Ultron.
If it was like Dawn of Ultron.
It was the 2 hours and 15 minutes of
Oh
Ultron.
my god.
This movie sits at number 4 all time.
Yep.
So
That just makes sense.
it makes sense. All the Avengers are going to be in there. So Iron Man 3 will probably get booted down.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
All the Avengers will be in there.
Here's my prediction. I want to make a bold prediction.
Bold prediction.
I think Endgame is going to bump off Black Panther.
You think so?
And they're all going to shift down.
Okay.
So you have Endgame, Black Panther, Avengers, no, 3 and Infinity War, and then Age of Ultron. Correct?
It'd be
4,
Endgame,
Black Panther,
Black
1,
Panther-
3,
no.
4.
no. It'd be Endgame, Black Panther, Infinity War, Marvel's Ultron.
Okay, Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War is beat
Okay.
OG Avengers. Let's talk about the movie to end Phase 2. Ant-Man.
In such a small way.
In such a small way.
See what I did there?
And also in a small way, it is number 19.
Yeah.
Third lowest grossing.
What did I say? I said Dark World
Dark World actually made
and Captain America. I should have went with Ant-Man. That was my gut.
Thor the Dark World made like 30 million more than Thor. So, but it is number 5, lowest. But yeah, Ant-Man, when I watched it, I enjoyed it, but kind of lackluster.
Totally its own movie. I guess that it was a refreshing movie that it didn't have to be interconnected with everything.
Yeah.
And like,
And it takes place in San Francisco?
yep. And
Yeah.
I think we had that argument that maybe that's why it felt so far out of the way.
Yeah.
But
'cause-
like, not everything needs to be in New York.
No,
area.
not really.
I feel like that would make it suck if like everything was there because it's like, what else is going around in the world? Why are all the superpowered people in one place?
You know what was great though? The end credit scene with Bucky's arm in the Crusher thing. And
That's not end credit scene. That's a preview.
Well, if anything, that's like the preview for Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Like it just gets you. You just watch a scene, and you're like, I'm ready for that movie. Like
Yeah.
it was just in between.
Yeah.
It was just an in between movie to pretty much. We pretty much almost got 2 Avengers movies back to back.
Wait, hold up. That's basically. I like how So Ant-Man started it did the thing of doing basically a little sneak peek of the movie because Civil War came right after it.
Mm-hmm.
And Captain Marvel is the movie right before Endgame. And so they had a little sneak peek at Endgame. I like that. Why didn't they do that for like Guardians? I guess Guardians would be so out of the way. And it would have been too soon to do it in Captain America.
I mean, they probably got
They kind of did. Wasn't the end credit scene for that him punching the sandbag?
Was it,
I feel like
or was that just kind of the end of the movie?
I don't know.
I don't.
I
remember.
think they had which
Are we about to watch all the end credit scenes after this?
I think we're about to marathon this whole series.
Oh gosh, I sent you that picture of all
Yes.
of them. No.
I didn't get that at first because I saw it as bingo
Oh.
instead of binge. So I was like,
Makes
why
sense.
don't you make bingo with the movies, with the posters? But anyway, back to Ant-Man. I mean, it's not a bad movie.
Fine.
Yeah. It's
The
a fun
villain's
movie.
kind of one noted.
I love the design. Yeah. Oh,
Beetle.
a
What is his name?
write-off.
Wasp. No, not Wasp. What was his name?
I think it was a wasp.
That wouldn't make sense because
Right.
Wasp is the other hero.
Hornet.
Hornet,
Something.
was that it?
I don't know.
Yellow Jacket.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My bad.
Hornet.
Yellow Jacket. Yeah, it's all right, but
Mhm.
more intense movie. And dude, the introduction to the Russo brothers.
And even more importantly, Spider.
Dude, Captain America: Civil War. Wow, this movie is almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be that long.
It kind of does.
It does, but
because this movie is more about ideologies.
that is true. I watched it maybe like a little over a year ago,
Mhm.
and I was pretty bored. I was pretty bored up to the plane scene,
Mhm.
and obviously the airport.
Yeah, I guess I did kind of have that moment where I think I just didn't have anything to do, and I started saw it on Netflix and started it, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not ready. I'm not invested in this." And I stopped it.
Because it's a movie where like it's not like
we were introduced to Black Panther. How did I forget about that?
Oh my gosh! Wow,
Whoops.
that's crazy. We were introduced to Black Panther
And Spider-Man.
and Spider-Man. The
And
world-
Black Panther doesn't even come out for like another 2 years.
Yeah, but
He
it
looks so
takes
different.
place right after Civil War, which I love. When he's on the hunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
But Civil War, pretty much Avengers 2.5. I
Yeah.
wish it felt a little more civil, you know? Like, it's felt like an altercation, and it felt like they were kind of holding back on some punches.
I mean, they weren't trying to kill each other
I know, but
until the
like,
very end.
I feel like they like, I don't know.
Well, no, that's the thing. What do you? They split up.
I guess the one thing in the trailer that I always never liked was when like I don't remember exactly what they said, but when Black Widow and Hawkeye go out of off and they say something like are we still friends after this? And like yeah, and it's like then why are you fighting in the first place if you're gonna be friends after this?
I mean, but they're the closest one out of the bunch. You know?
I know why couldn't they just stick together? Like why wasn't there somebody that said, hey, why can't we be friends?
I mean, the way I see it, it's one of those things where what starts as a small altercation turns into something bigger. Like, say you and me are fighting, like, not seriously, like we're just throwing, like, a couple punches until I accidentally elbow you, like, really hard, and then you're, like, really mad.
Yeah.
That's Warhammer getting, War Machine getting shot and paralyzed.
Okay.
And that's when Tony's like,
Okay.
no.
Okay. I get that now.
It's like, War Machine should have died.
He should have.
He really should have.
I think, and that was like what I really thought
that
was going
would've
to happen.
sucked for Tony even more.
I think he really should have died
Mm-hmm.
because then later on he finds out that the Winter Soldier also killed his parents. So he's like, "You didn't just kill my parents. You're like pretty much you also killed my best friend." Like
Indirectly.
indirect. Like I remember that was like the one thing walking away. I was like, somebody should have died.
Yeah.
Like, and it really only should have been him.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't. They made him paralyzed. And now he's kind of a backboner, kind of like in Infinity War. He really doesn't do anything. He's not really even in the movie till the very end when he's dropping those bombs. But
yeah, I was just gonna say those bombs. I mean, he kind of did a little bit. He got Cap and everyone back into the facility. He had his role.
He had his role.
Don's not looking so good.
He's old.
He's old and he's not really fit.
Yeah, he's very.
Yeah, he has a. I don't know if it's
lean,
just
like very skinny-ish.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because he's got those leg supports on, but it like really pokes his belly out.
I wonder if he's like meant to look like that, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Because if he's paralyzed, you can't really work out.
Yeah.
So, and then like as an actor, you don't just want to work out your upper body that you look weird, like on the street.
Yeah.
If your legs were just string beans, but your upper torso is just to the max.
I mean, I'd rather be something.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh
my god. That is a big fucking bug, dude. Kill it.
Okay, looks like we got our first bug. 1 second, guys. All right, so we just killed Ant-Man.
Yeah. That's what we get for talking about insects.
Yeah, right?
Oh, gosh. But we were talking about War Machine.
Mm-hmm.
I love the intense fight at the end, dude.
I was just going to say.
Those three of them.
That's my favorite acting moment in all the MCU. because you can break it down any way you want. Just the emotions that you can see through Tony's face and his eye movement.
I can do this all day.
Like it's just this is the first Tony's finally at the moment where he wants to kill somebody.
Yeah, and like
he could have killed Bucky.
He would have.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine if that's how the movie ended? Him dying, and like a hero killing somebody like that. It could have changed the rest
Yeah,
of
I
these
kind of like
movies.
that he didn't. Because,
Like, how do we view Iron Man now?
I mean, we all sympathized with him.
But like, if he killed Bucky,
right?
How would we view him then? If he killed Cap's best friend,
what if he?
But then he just killed his best friend.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
That's a tough altercation right there.
We all thought, theorized that Cap was gonna die.
Yeah, that's
Remember
insane.
that?
I remember that. That's insane thinking about that now.
There's no way Cap
would have died in his movie.
Not just that, but I mean, he could have. But why did we think that Cap wasn't going to be in Infinity War?
Yeah.
The original cast had to be there for that.
Right. Did we know all of Infinity War before this? When Civil War came out?
I think we knew that.
Well, we knew.
Oh, yeah. We knew. We definitely knew, but we didn't have to. I feel like we all knew it would happen eventually.
But, like, I don't think we knew it was going to be Infinity War.
Right.
I don't think we knew that yet.
I mean, with Thanos.
I still don't think Thanos was in the first Guardians, dude.
Oh, my God. Back into that. I still can't get over that fight scene, man.
That fight scene is great.
What
the music
really
is good.
The music. When Steve says he's my friend, and Tony says so is I.
Oh yes,
like that.
Yes. Can we just watch the highlights of Civil War?
Just that fight.
We're gonna watch that fight.
Or especially like when Steve and Bucky are like first there. And they hear the elevator opening. You get that cool shot of Iron Man opening it up.
I'm about to turn this PlayStation on.
I'm sorry, that's not Captain America's movie. That's Iron Man's movie. Or when Tony hits the button on the helicopter and he just gets transformed into Iron Man and shoots out.
Oh my gosh, it is so good.
And of course, the whole hand thing. And Bucky would have shot Iron Man, and he looks at him and he realizes he would have shot him.
Yeah, I forgot about. Oh my gosh, there are great moments. I just remember the shot where Black Panther's like so close to getting Cap, and then Black Widow like turns and like electrocutes him.
I get the idea of Black Widow being the undeciding factor. I just feel like they could have done a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Her deciding in the
fight. It was
fight.
very rushed. Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't really. What side were you on? Were you Cap or Iron Man?
Oh, Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Like I get
Cap's
the reason.
Side.
Yeah, I get it, and I feel like I would have wanted to lean more towards that, especially because coming off of Winter Soldier, he doesn't trust anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But Iron Man he's too cool.
He's too you
so
love
cool.
Endgame. You better not kill our Iron Man. You better not.
Steve needs to die.
Yes. Sorry, I love you.
Iron Man needs to
love you, Captain America, but you need to die. You've done your time.
I guess the only big downside, I loved the idea of Baron Zemos.
I wish he had the suit.
The suit, his plan was cool.
It was very
awesome,
convenient.
But that's the downside. It was too convenient. Too many things fell right into the same place that wouldn't have happened.
That's like the joke that everybody makes, is that it's too convenient.
God, the prison he's in is so...
I was about to say, are we going to get to see that prison again?
Oh, the raft?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I was hoping we were going to get to see that in Infinity War for like a minute.
You would think that... Because
that's where they were hiding out, right?
Where?
Well, wasn't that where Cap was hiding out? Or is that just how the movie ended?
I just think that's how it ended.
Okay. I didn't know if that was going to be like their hideout.
Yeah, I assumed that he broke them out.
Okay.
Unless he broke them out and they're all just chilling there.
You mentioned it. I don't know if it was in a mini or if we were just talking, but that like Cap and Iron Man, dude, haven't seen each other since 2016.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute.
It's been because when did Hulk disappear? It was Ultron?
Ultron, yeah.
So when in Infinity War they see Bruce again, they're like, it's been years. Like,
It has.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 years.
And so now it's been years since Iron Man and
Yeah.
Cap have seen
Oh
each
my
other.
god. I'm going to get emotional for that scene.
Whose side would Thor and Hulk be on? Like individually, whose side would they be on if they were there?
I feel like Thor, if Thor was there, he would have been the person to stop it, you know?
Yeah,
That's the thing. Hulk, I could see being on Iron Man's side.
right. Especially because they're. Ooh, what if that would have been even more like pain for him? The fact that his best friend, well, two of his best friends, one's on the other side and one almost dies.
Right. But I think Thor would have just like been like, I'm a
Yeah.
god. Back off of each other.
Dude, thank God for all the memes about Thor being gone and like how they played off of that with the
Played off of
commercials.
it, yeah.
That was perfect.
But any more thoughts on Civil War? It's number 6 in the box
Ooh.
office.
Just barely.
Like, do you want to know how barely, dude?
Like within 10 million.
$1 million.
Ooh.
If it would have had, like, not even 1 million, dude. If it would have made, like, if it made $1 million.
And to nudge
It would've-
out Ultron.
No, Iron Man 3.
Oh, Iron Man 3.
If it just had, if it had 1 more million, it would have budgeted it out.
I think it deserves it. I'm sorry.
It actually was shown in less theaters than Iron Man 3.
That is kind of cool though that it's the third movie of Iron Man and Captain America. Bro, does Ragnarok rank 7th?
No.
Oh, that would have been too perfect.
Where is okay.
Really?
Um,
Ragnarok would have been too perfect to also be right there. No, I don't think I have anything anymore.
what was the end credit scene?
Was it Thanos putting his hand into the gauntlet?
No, that was Ultron, where he was like, "Fine, I'm gonna do it myself."
Yeah.
That was don't fight me on this. That was Ultron.
I don't know.
What came out next?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Alrighty, so this was our first origin movie in the Phase 3.
Yeah. And our first look into the mystic realm.
The mystic realm.
The mystic side of Marvel.
I love that the director of this movie, Scott Derkinson, was originally from horror.
Yeah.
He did like Sinister. That was his movie.
Oh.
So he came from that, and some elements of this movie is very creepy, I think, and I just love the world, like the city.
Oh yeah,
unfolding. It's such a visual movie.
Inception look.
I was totally fine with what's her face, Tilda Swinton being the ancient one.
Yeah,
I get that people were mad that like it was meant to be. I think people were more mad that it wasn't of ethnicity than it was a woman.
And I get it.
I get that.
Yeah,
but I think it was.
Do you understand why they didn't make it?
No, why?
Because I think he's supposed to be Tibetan or something.
Okay.
One of the smaller Asian countries, under China, and China has huge beef with that country, and so if they made that actor of that descent, then they felt that their box office was going to feel it. And so
wow,
it
I did
sucks
not know that.
Right? It sucks that politics had to come in to affect that.
To affect the character.
Right. And I feel like with something like that, it shouldn't create outrage. I just feel like people didn't know why it happened.
Yeah.
But if they got educated on it, they would totally understand. Because Tilda Swinton, totally fine. It could have been anybody. It could have been a little girl.
Right.
It really doesn't matter.
I love the villain. I love the actor. He's great in James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's so good in that movie.
I think they did his comedy perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
With not knowing certain things or other cues. And his makeup was really dope.
Yeah, I liked him. I mean, he is your typical one-note villain, which
Yeah.
Marvel really didn't get until Killmonger and Thanos. But
yeah, and to an extent, Spider-Man.
yeah,
I feel like Vulture, just because it was smaller scale, it wasn't to the magnitude.
or was just because it was Michael Keaton, because he's such a good guy. I love that guy.
But like that's what I mean. Because it was Michael Keaton, it should have been even better.
That's true.
Maybe he turned into a good guy at the end.
Or he's going to get out and form the Sinister Six.
Or we shouldn't be talking about this yet.
That's
we'll
right.
get to that.
Rachel McAdams. She's a babe, but she's fine. Does she really play a big part?
I mean, she saves Doctor Strange. He almost dies, and she has to
that's true.
Save him, and then we have that cool sequence of him floating around, telling you what to do.
Yeah, that's right. I've honestly only seen this movie in theaters.
Yeah,
I never rewatched
same.
it. Never rewatched it.
Which sucks. Like, the music in this is like probably in my top 5. The whole '70s feel and harpsichord thing they got going on. He's got a cool theme too. Have to play it after this.
Yo, wasn't the end credit scene for this Thor?
Oh, when he's hanging upside down.
No, when he goes to Doctor Strange, and he's like,
"Oh,
hey,
yeah.
I need you to help." I'm pretty sure that was the end credit scene.
Yeah,
and then that scene in Thor like lasted a minute.
I wish there was a list just showing all the end credit scenes as well.
Right.
That would help out a lot for this podcast.
There probably is. We just forgot about it. Okay, I'll shush. Anyways, they're making that. It's coming out probably after Far Away From Home. It's gonna be the next movie.
I'd hope.
Doctor Strange 2.
We're not gonna get Black Panther till what, 21?
Probably not. What was the villain's name?
In
Doctor Strange. It was the big dude.
Oh, Dormammu. Forgot about that sequence. So trippy.
It was so trippy. And he was using the time stone to go back, and he kept dying. That was kind of funny.
Oh, that was so funny. But Dormammu's still there. He's not dead.
No, he's just trapped, right? Or
I think they.
How did he win that?
He said that Doctor Strange said to Dormammu that unless he backs off and like leaves his child, not child, his protege or whatever Mads Mikkelsen's character was called. Like if he would leave him behind and just leave Earth alone, that he would get him out of the time warp. Is that familiar?
Yeah, right? A little bit.
Pretty sure that's what happened.
Okay.
And then got out of it. So Mads Mikkelsen died or whatever, got rested. So
did he die?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
And maybe I think he did die. But Dormammu should still be around.
Yeah.
So he could still be a threat.
Then you have the his like kind of friend that turned evil at the end.
Right.
And I remember he went back to that like dude in New York and like took that power away from him.
Yeah.
So that was mean. That was mean. I didn't like that.
Wow. That's not even like that's bad. That's mean.
That was mean.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah, it was pretty mean.
The movie made $232 million domestically. It sits at number 13. Sorry, I lied. It sits at number 15. 13's Captain Marvel. It's highlighted yellow. That's why I just drew right to that one. So it's number 15. Yeah, it came out in November. The next one's coming out in November, probably next year or something. Comes out after that. Ooh, Guardians 2. A rehash of Guardians 1, which for me that's why I think I really don't like Guardians 2, is because I love Guardians 1 so much, even though I don't remember.
See, I'll have to watch 1 and 2 back to back because
apparently I didn't know they take place literally moments back to back. I didn't know that.
I think I have to say I like 2 more at the moment.
At the moment,
but that's only because I've seen 2.
More recently?
we both seen it most recently, but I've only seen Guardians once. So I just think I need a refresher. But 2 was very fun.
2 was fun. It just, I think
and introducing
it rehashed a lot of the same jokes. I hated the taser face joke. Like when Rocket keeps laughing. I'm like, dude, it's not funny.
Yeah, it could have stopped after the second time.
Like, I didn't really care for that character anymore.
Right.
Like, I didn't think he was a funny character. I didn't really care for that. I love Baby Groot.
Of course.
Especially the opening scene with Mr. Blue Sky. It's great.
I think the music was better in the second one.
You think so?
Mm.
I'd have to look at the soundtracks to compare.
Hooked on a Feeling is iconic, but that's the only song I remember from the first one. Bless you.
Yeah, I don't really like Cherry Bomb in the first one. Like when they're getting ready for the space battle. I don't really care for that.
But Brandy and Blue Skies.
Kurt Russell is
immediately.
great
Oh yeah,
as
and the de-aging technology,
yeah, it was fun.
really good.
I did like the twist that like he turned out to be evil.
Yeah, like you could feel it pretty early on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the twist, not the twist, but the reveal that even he killed the mother on purpose, not an accident. I think that was a great reveal, and Pratt's acting was pretty on point for that.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
Especially when he just drops it so nonchalantly, and Chris is just like, "What?"
Right.
Like,
it was sad losing him.
mm-hmm.
They killed him. Hopefully he doesn't come back.
Right.
I love Michael Rooker, but you can't keep bringing back people that we love.
That, I think I definitely teared up during that.
It was sad, and Sylvester Stallone. So I hope he's in the third one.
Right. I mean, we got the foreshadowing that their little league is going to be a thing.
I hope it is. I hope it wasn't just like an end credit scene.
Right.
Was that the movie that made Stan Lee one of the Watchers?
I think it was the first. No. Ooh.
Well, that was an end credit scene, right? In the Guardians 2?
No, I thought the one with the Watchers was. What was the movie where they're like going through dimensions? Was it Doctor Strange? It was one where they were going through like different portals. And
it's Guardians 2, like when they're warped, their faces are going
okay, then
all
yeah,
crazy.
it was that, but it wasn't
It wasn't. Oh, it was his cameo. My bad.
And then he was just talking to three of them.
Yeah, I like that.
About that.
That was a good cameo. Probably one of my favorites because
Mm-hmm.
then it kind of explains why he's in all of the other movies. Because he's a watcher, and I was like, "You're smart, James Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
You're a smart guy." This is number 7. It's up there. So
and it beats the first one?
Yes.
Because number 6 was
it beat
Civil
the
War.
first one by 50 million. So sequelitis didn't affect it.
Yeah. I think it was just the trust in James Gunn. And pray to God that the controversy doesn't stunt this one.
I hope it doesn't. He's
Even though
back.
it's coming out 4 years from now.
It seems like...
Is it 4 years or 3 years?
2021. So
I'll get 2 years.
I think. Or
is
that when Suicide Squad's coming out?
Yeah, I think it's Suicide Squad. So
okay.
3 years.
So 3 years probably.
21, 22.
Yeah.
Since he's probably not going to really touch it.
I mean, I think he has a script.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
It's probably going to go through like one more revision. That's what I'm looking for.
Find it. The Gold people were all right. There's another end credit scene. Nova.
Warlock.
My bad.
The main chick was hot.
Ooh, yeah. She's in the movie Widows.
What else was she in? The Man from Uncle.
Okay.
She's the villain in that.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah. She's hot. I wish we would have got Nova and Warlock.
They'll come. Their time is coming, okay? We're going to get them.
I think Warlock's going to be the big thing of the third one.
Third.
Guardians 3.
Do you think he'll be a villain?
Not a villain, but like introduced. It sucks that Warlock couldn't have came faster for Infinity War. Because he's a huge part in the comics.
Mm.
He's a wielder, too. The gauntlet wielder.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Like,
okay.
he's pretty important.
I don't really know much about him, so that's cool, though.
Too cool.
Anything more about Guardians 2?
No.
No? Then
Really
let's go on to that Homecoming, which is the third reboot in Spider-Man in the last 20 years.
But arguably, I think it's too soon to say it's arguably the first. Or like it can compete with Sam Raimi's.
Yeah, that's my thing, is that...
But definitely trumps.
I need to revisit the Raimis.
Right?
I haven't done it in a very long time. I would like to see where they are, how they stand.
I think we have to wait for the third Spider-Man to come out to be able to compare them.
Yeah.
But
and this is technically an Iron Man 4, almost.
I mean, he's not in it that much.
Okay, if you have Iron Man and Civil War, and then Iron Man and Spider-Man, combine those together, that's kind of Iron Man's fourth movie.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way.
But I mean, are we going to say that? Because then, like, Hulk could have had 1.5 movies.
I say that.
Then you got to, like, put the Avengers together, dude.
Avengers are their own thing. Avengers are their own thing.
Because, yeah, we're going to get in the territory of cameos. Or not. Are they called... Would you call them cameos? if they're in more than like 5 scenes.
No.
Right. So what would you call? What did you say? Co-star, like with Ragnarok, where it's Thor and Hulk.
Oh yeah.
So Iron Man is co-starring in
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Iron Man is
So
definitely
we're-
a supporting actor.
Mhm. So we're definitely getting more co-op movies. I call them co-op movies. That'd probably be better.
Honestly, I would say a cameo is literally like
A scene.
not
2 scenes.
even a scene, dude. Like
Mhm.
kind of just like a cameo. Like
Right.
you're like, oh, look at that, and then he's gone.
But I'm just saying they're in less than that.
Yeah, like I was like Donald Glover is like in
Mhm.
what 2 scenes,
Mhm.
and he's supposed to play Miles Morales' uncle, so
Yeah.
he's only in those 2 scenes. I guess a cameo would kind of also the guy who played Scorpion or like is gonna be Scorpion.
Yeah.
He's only in like 2
Mhm.
scenes as well. So
So, what's a cameo and what's an Easter egg?
Easter egg is like something you
Little
see
details.
or little like they
Mhm.
say a name or that you see something in the background.
Yeah,
That's
like
an Easter
like a
egg.
poster or something.
Michael Keaton, Vulture. He loves playing his bird people. You got your Batman.
Yeah.
You got your Birdman. Now you got your Vulture.
Bats aren't birds.
Anyways,
Winged creatures.
I hope he comes back.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would
Or
love him to
should
make. I would love him to
censors-
make an end credit scene in Far Away from Home.
Oh, where Mysterio joins.
Yeah. Oh my God, Mysterio.
Oh, that's totally gonna be it. It's gonna be Mysterio going to jail, and then we see Vulture.
Yo, what if like?
But why would it would have to be different because this is in a different country?
What if Mysterio breaks him out?
Maybe
Maybe he breaks him and Scorpion out. Oh.
Mhm. it can't be Spider-Man 3.
No, not yet.
I would say a 6 or 6 movie,
That'd be awesome.
and then Spider-Man comes in and crashes the party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
See, but now I forgot about Sony's extended universe of Marvel characters. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
What do they have?
I think
Like,
they.
for some
I think
reason,
they have all. So I think they have all. They own Spider-Man,
Mhm.
like hands down. They own all the Spider-Man.
But now, who has the right to be like? Does Sony be like, I want to make this character or this movie, so I'm going to do it, or do they have to ask permission, or is it vice versa?
I think it's vice versa. I think Disney has to ask Sony, and then they say yeah or no.
That's crazy. So what if Sony's like, no, we want to do Sinister Six?
Ugh. You had your chance and you
Mhm.
fucked it up. So no, you're not doing another one. But if Disney wanted to do Venom, so they might be like, nah.
Exactly. But how many movies did they say that are in the works?
6 to 7,
6 to 7. That's crazy, dude.
right?
We got the vampire one with Jared Leto, and that I would assume that doesn't count Venom too. Maybe let's just say it counts
Probably.
Venom too. Then we have 4 or 5 ones that like what could they be? Sandman, Electro,
Right.
just a ton of off-brand Spider-Man villains.
I don't know, but it was a good movie. I like the twist
Oh, yeah.
where Mary Jane is
The daughter of
the daughter. That was like I was like,
Birdman.
"Ooh." I like when he's trapped in the building and he's talking to his voice.
Yeah, that was a fun time. The scene where he's getting crushed and he has to find the power inside himself to get up. And he's just crying. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I like when
he
he's-
feels like a kid still.
When he's running through just like the open field because he can't web because like
Yeah,
that's
he
the
just
funny
shoots
part.
it and it goes out. This one actually felt like, I mean, Tobey Maguire's kind of felt like it. Tom Holland definitely felt more like a nerd. And an
Oh,
outcast.
definitely.
Whereas Andrew Garfield's just like, I'm a nerd, but obviously I'm still pretty.
I'm also
and
a
everyone loves
model.
me. Yeah.
So
I skateboard. I'm a bad boy.
I'm dating Emma Stone.
I look
Fuck
30.
you guys. This comes in at number 8.
Oh, yeah, but you couldn't save her.
Ooh, we're trying there.
Top 10. Yeah, I expected Spider-Man to be in the top 10.
It's
It's hard not to be.
It's a good one. And Hot Mary Jane. Not Hot Mary Jane. Aunt May.
Oh.
Banging Aunt May.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Ooh.
Gosh dang.
We can lose Robert Downey as long as we keep him as Uncle Tony.
Oh.
Or Papa Tony.
Papa Tony, get over here.
See, that's the thing. He's no longer Iron Man. He gives Ironheart, and he's just he retires after Pepper Potts dies.
There you go.
And gets with Aunt May.
Oh man. Well, we're coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Thor Ragnarok.
So good.
So good.
So good.
So
dude.
good. Everything about this movie
And sets up
screams
the Valkyrie.
so good.
I can't wait for the Valkyrie.
Akiti Watiti?
Taika Waititi.
Taika
Waititi.
Watiti. Amazing director.
It's
so
crazy.
funny. He is great as the rock guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Dude, I love that they created the rock guy and the little sword dude. How did he die? I remember this the other day.
The sword guy?
Yeah, didn't he, like, get chopped off, but, like, the bigger half could, like, regrow or whatever?
Oh, I don't remember.
It was basically a Baby Groot situation.
All I remember is at the end where the rock guy's like, oh no, my little dude's dead. And then he's like, oh wait, it's alive. It's just his voice and how he delivered the lines.
That Kiwi humor.
You're just like, you're a good
Dude,
director.
the part when Bruce Banner just jumps off the plane and just smacks onto the bridge and everyone
What does he say?
He's like, get ready for this or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess that should have been the first sign that him and Hulk aren't on the best terms.
Right. I mean, the Hulk's tired. He's been the
Yeah.
Hulk for a long time. He doesn't want to come back out.
And like he was so confident about it too. Because he like the way he jumped off and just
Mm-hmm. Jeff Goldblum is a Grandmaster. It's an A+ right there.
Yeah, that's an A for me, dog.
And the one thing I'll never get, is it A Small World after all, or is it Willy Wonka playing? What song's playing?
I think it was confirmed Willy Wonka.
It was Willy Wonka?
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird.
Why?
I don't know, like a random ass planet has that song. It's interesting.
Oh, I guess it was playing in the world, right?
Yeah.
God, what's that called? What's that term? You're in film class.
Oh, digestic music.
Yeah.
Where
When it's in the world.
When it's in the world. Non-digestic is when it's like soundtracked. So
Yeah.
because I remember he like makes fun of me. He's like, what's this music playing or whatever? And then
I mean, it made perfect sense because that's literally like space Willy Wonka.
Tessa Thompson. Valkyrie.
Exactly. I know Valkyrie is amazing. I'm so glad.
I love the visuals of like the flashback.
Yeah.
So good. This is talking about this now. Thor Ragnarok is awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, we just forget about it.
Because there's
And it feels like Guardians 3.
it does. It had that. Oh, I love when he
Even though Thor's always been the space guy, this felt like the first like actual space one.
Mm-hmm. And I just love it was in all the marketing when like he's like in the arena and then he sees the Hulk. Like if you were in this planet and you're just like, oh god,
I'd be
what's
so
coming
happy.
out? And then you see somebody you know, you're just like, yeah.
Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
Call back to a mini, name it.
Only the true fans will know what's that from. In the little callback with Loki being like, I can't be here. I need to get out of here.
That was good. I was gonna
That's
mention
the last time Loki saw him.
The help me thing, the little ad lib bit that they do where he's like when they're in the elevator, Loki and Thor, and they're like, how are we gonna get out of this? And they were like,
Oh yeah.
what do they say? Like, help me or whatever? Or like, we need help or I need help. And then they come out of the elevator and they're like, I need
Oh
help.
yeah, and he just throws him.
Like that was totally ad-libbed on set between those two. And I'm just like, that's genius. Like one of the best jokes in the movie was ad-libbed like
Literally
right
like
there.
the skit that we made a few hours before filming this podcast.
Pretty much. Not on that great level, but still like hilarious.
Yeah.
I had another thought that was really funny in the movie, but I can't remember it. The villain, Kate Blanchett, she's good.
Oh yeah, she wasn't Killmonger level.
No,
But like,
I feel like these last few movies have gotten their villains down though.
dude, literally
From Homecoming to
Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War,
War.
all in a row. 4 great villains
yeah,
in a row.
we don't talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp, but we'll talk about that when we get there.
The fact that it took me a while to remember the villain explains how much. Yeah, really cool. And I like the reveal that Asgard doesn't have the best history.
No,
Pretty bloody.
it ends like
And
literally.
it ends.
Ragnarok is like
Just-
his destiny is to kill, like to destroy Asgard, and he does. And I was like, oh shit,
Well, Ragnarok is the prophecy.
Sorry, that's the
And
prophecy.
then,
What's his name then?
I don't know. It was basically Satan.
Yeah. Surtur?
Yeah, so, something like that.
Okay, well, the guy who voices Mr. Krabs voiced him. So, fun fact.
Oh.
Um,
Why did I do Popeye? Why did I do Popeye? For some reason, I thought it was Mr. Krabs' laugh.
Thor Ragnarok, number 11. 315 domestically.
It beat the other Thors at least.
But it was like, if it got 4 more million, it would have been number 10.
Bumping out who?
Iron Man. OG Iron Man.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I want an OG one to stay up there, you know? Like,
right.
Keep it up there.
Iron Man's definitely the highest. Well, no, besides Avengers. Iron Man's the second highest first phase.
Yes.
Hands down.
Any more thoughts on that one?
Just very excited about Valkyrie.
Yes.
And I'm glad they explained that she is alive, and they only destroyed half the ship. Even though a good chunk of the whole ship looks like it's destroyed.
Pretty much. I mean, but
they do have
you
escape
gotta remember they were filming Infinity War before this, and I don't think they knew how big of a character she was going to be and how much they loved her.
Yeah.
And especially Krog as well. And so that's when the Russos were like, no, they're safe.
Yeah.
They just weren't in the movie. They're safe. So would they maybe be in this movie?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Then there was this okay movie that really didn't make that much money, and
nobody talks about it.
Nobody says it's like the best comic book movie ever made or anything, and it didn't win like 4 Oscars.
It didn't get nominated for like Best Picture or anything.
Nah, you just want to talk about Infinity War? So Black Panther.
I love to shit on all the memes with Black Panther. I still love it.
It's a good movie.
It's still really good.
It's just, let's tone it down.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's a really,
it's
really
not the
good
most
movie.
original story. The whole thing with fake killing your main character, even though everyone knows he's not dying.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
The fact that you could have done that and shown that he wasn't dead. Like maybe do like the redemption arc immediately a few scenes after that. Not half of a movie later. That's dumb. We all know he's not dead. Don't put him in a coma this whole time for the side characters.
So stupid.
To bring him back. Which I guess it does suck that they had so many characters to develop. Like
there's a lot of characters in this movie.
Martin Freeman, right?
Yeah, I mean, we forgot to mention he was in
Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they introduced both of them.
Yeah, he was in Civil War.
He was in it for a while too.
And then
Nakia, Shuri, the mother played a good part.
Yeah, they all. Shuri is awesome.
In M'Baku.
And then
oh my god, yeah, Shuri's.
We got to see Claw again, Andy Serkis. I really wish he didn't die. I don't think they needed to kill him. Andy Serkis is so awesome.
Marvel needs to stop killing their villains and start killing their heroes.
Right? Like, keep the villains alive because he was one of the good ones. Like,
yeah.
And he was like a small villain, you know? Like,
yeah, he didn't want to take over the world.
He just wanted
wanted to sell weapons to get money.
Yeah, and like, why did you have to kill him? Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, people complain about the end fighting scene, which I understand. In my opinion, when I was watching, it was like, this feels like Phantom Menace. Like when they're like watching each other through the train thing. I'm like, dude, Darth Maul right now. Come on, music, kick on. Kick it. That's fine.
You could put the Duel of Fates on anything.
It is amazing.
Yeah. Did we even just make a new short skit?
Yes.
Something with.
You heard it first here, podcast. Is there really anything more to say about Black Panther? It's number 1 in
Great
the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it made $700 million domestically. Like, and it just peaked it. It literally made $700 million. That was it. $700,059,000.
It's bonkers, man.
It made more domestically than it did worldwide. Like foreign.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think usually it's not the case.
Right.
Like, this made money. Like,
they basically just printed money with this movie.
Seriously, like, oh my gosh, that's insane. It made so much money. It's ridiculous. It made so much money.
Calm down.
I'm sorry. It just, dang. But
it makes sense. Wakanda is the most technology advanced country, so it makes sense they're the richest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious how he integrates with the rest of the world because the country's now open. The world's gonna
Yeah,
get a lot more advanced really, really quickly.
they want a Starbucks.
They
Gotta
want
get a
Starbucks.
Starbucks joke. It's number 4 worldwide.
All time?
No, for the Marvel movies.
Okay.
It goes Infinity War, Avengers, Ultron, Black Panther, Iron Man 3. So it's all of the same movies for top 5, just different orders.
Yeah, that's weird.
Um,
God, people loved Iron Man overseas.
and then Civil War. Those are the only 6 to pass a billion.
Mm-hmm.
And there's kind of a huge gap, actually. It's interesting.
I mean, it makes sense the movies that with a lot of Avengers in it,
Yeah.
but then Black Panther just peaked. I wouldn't tell you, couldn't tell you that back when they announced Black Panther was going to be a movie that it would be so big.
No.
As big as it is.
I mean, now, oh my gosh. Now seeing it, it's like, yeah, I can see why it is.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
In the time, I could not have even
Right.
thought of it, but
See, now can we get a Moon Knight?
Ryan
That
Coogler,
big.
man, good director.
Yeah. Yeah, props to him. A lot of that falls on Coogler. The Koogle. The Craggle.
So
Craggler.
let's talk about the big one.
Hear me out. Should we just talk about the two after it and then save the best part for last?
Okay, you're right.
So we got Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Captain Marvel. But we kind of already talked about Captain Marvel. So
Yeah, we don't even
have
really
to
care
talk
about Marvel.
Yeah, we can just do a little brief thing.
So we talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yes.
Eh.
I'd much rather watch the first one.
Yeah,
Even though the action's
kind of
better in the second one.
But, like, it's still whatever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even, like, the end credit scene,
And, I guess it's okay. Because, but what does Stuckman say? That,
it's a comfort movie.
it's a comfort movie and it's good filler for now.
It's good, but, like, in
But
20 years, you'll be like, this is a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, oh, that was a lot of fun because it was lighthearted.
Mhm.
It was chill, you know?
Right.
It was a fun time. There was no intensity because we just saw Infinity War.
Right.
But if you watch this movie out of context 20 years later, you'll be like, this movie kind of sucks.
It's just passable.
Yeah, like, it's definitely one of the weakest.
It brings up a thing.
Will they get another one, do you think? Because these both, Ant-Man and the Wasp,
I mean, he has a huge impact in Endgame. So maybe that could be
number 16. So they're both of their movies are low.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. And also the end credit scene. Bleh.
I mean, you don't like an ant playing the drums?
No. But also the other one, it's like, okay, what are the odds that those three got snapped? Like,
I mean, I have the same issue with Tony Stark and the Guardians.
right?
Him and Nebula were the only ones that survived when literally there were 5, 6... Wait, no. Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. 5 people out of the 7 died. So I'm like, okay.
I feel you.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much Ant-Man and the Wasp. There's really nothing good.
One problem I have, this is not off topic, but I don't know how I thought of this. I just thought of it like a few minutes ago. I think this is a problem that's going to hurt Marvel down the road. It's kind of hurting them now. Is rising stakes. You kind of see where I'm going?
Yeah.
You always have to rise your stakes.
And even Captain Marvel, the stakes weren't really that high.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. You can't have high stakes for every movie. So I think it only comes down to their team-up movies. But how do you rise the stakes above killing 50% of the universe? What are the next phases of the Avengers going to do? Is Galactus going to be like, well, you know what? I'm going to kill everything.
I'm going to eat Earth.
And then you beat that, and then it's like, what do you go
You're
from there?
right. That's actually like a really good thought. Like, where do you go?
Yeah, it really sucks.
I don't know.
And it's a very common problem in, not to make it really odd topic, like anime, like with Dragon Ball. What'd you do? First saga, Frieza's this super powerful villain. Okay, beat him. What's next? Oh, Cell. He can beat Frieza? Okay. The Friend's gonna, and then Goku has to go Super Saiyan 2. And it's like, add another number to it, and then you got Boo, and then it's like Super Saiyan 3. It's like, stop. Stop it. Make it more original. More impactful.
Yeah, so that's a good thing to talk about. I guess, are we done talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, screw it.
Okay.
Quick recap of Marvel. It's okay.
It's okay.
Better than we thought.
Yeah.
Cat was cool.
I love the cat.
Mm-hmm.
End credit scene was good.
Really good.
Music sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Nostalgia wasn't over the head.
Mm-hmm.
And
excited to see what she'll do. I don't want her to be too overpowered.
Yeah.
I don't want her to be the key to everything.
She literally destroyed a ship by flying through it. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's too much.
And I don't want her... She hasn't earned to be the front runner.
As Kevin Feige has been saying, is that she is supposed to take
Iron Man deserved it because he pioneered it, basically. He helped create it, even though it was Nick Fury and...
But who knows? Maybe after we see Endgame, we'll think differently about her.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Exactly.
Till we know in about a month.
if anybody could make Captain Marvel look better, it's the Russo brothers. And they already did with the end credit scene. Which is a little unfair because that's a smaller sampler size, but...
Are you ready?
My hopes are still high.
How long is this podcast?
Take a guess.
About an hour 40.
It's an hour 50. It's about to be a 2.5 hour podcast because we have the big mama.
Oh, man. Okay.
Of the Avengers.
Infinity
right before
War.
Big Papa of Endgame.
Like, this movie, man. I love this movie.
It would have been completely perfect if the audio didn't cut out when we were watching it.
Long story short, in the movie, when the Avengers is popping up and the music's playing, right
when the trumpets are swelling.
Yeah.
That's when it cut out.
Silence. The footage is still there, but silence. I honestly rather if it just gone black.
Yeah.
And then we just had to rewatch Loki die.
Honestly, yeah. Just restart it.
The movie kept going, and it was about 10-ish seconds of Pepper Potts and Tony talking.
It was honestly probably 20 seconds.
Oh, it was bad.
Seconds.
I mean, it was just bullshit when I watched it.
Because for the first
the
5-10 seconds, it was... everyone in the theater just kind of sat there and complained. And then when it got to the 15-second, we were like, all right, some people are getting up.
People were like, I'm going to go get my money back.
Well, tell someone.
Yeah, like they were like complaining. Like they were like, I'm going to get my money back. And like, I'm like, come on. Like, it's bad, but like not that bad.
But yeah, thankfully it was just bullshit about a dream that Tony had.
Yeah.
Which did add to the experience on rewatch, but...
But the movie just... like that. It just kicks off. And you're, for the next, 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Taken for a ride.
You were going through the galaxy. You were meeting all the characters. They all have good screen time besides Cap. And...
the time he got was fun.
It was fun, but, he was there for applause, and then he disappeared. And then he came back. And then...
I mean, that was everybody. It sucks that I think everyone got a little more scenes early on, and then it got spread out evenly, but his scenes were just a lot smaller.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so much to think about in this movie.
But it does seem like he's the front runner. It's weird that I didn't think about it. The first Endgame trailer was about Tony. It seems like the second one's more about Cap. God, that shot of Cap strapping the shield on and that face he has with the helmet on.
Calm down. We talked about that already. We're here talking about Infinity War.
He's going to die.
Yeah, he is.
The shield's going to break and he's going to die.
He's going to die.
We haven't seen the shield break yet.
This will be it, dude. It's got to. We saw it in that foreshadowing Ultron? No.
Dude,
Avengers?
Are we going to get... yeah, that freaking cop-out clickbait.
Yeah.
Are we going to get that shot that Tony saw of everyone just passed out looking dead?
I don't know. I want that to play.
I want that to happen.
Yeah.
And like they're not dead, or maybe they are dead.
Maybe they are there.
What if they actually are dead, and then Tony sacrifices himself to kill Thanos, and then passes him on? Dude, did you think Tony was gonna die when Thanos stabbed him?
Oh my god, yes. I was like, this is it. This is the moment. Okay, here we go. He's gonna die. Here we go. And then he does it,
It was
and I'm
sad
just like,
too, and it was great, like the respect that Thanos had for him. I mean, like a good compliment that people say about Thanos is that like he's not killing just to kill. Like he's only killing for a purpose, and so he didn't want to kill Tony. He just had to because he was in his way. And so when he gave him the respect, just like held his head. I hope they remember you. Oh my
so good.
god. Ugh.
So good.
Amazing.
Um,
The banter. Need more of it. We just need a whole movie of just everyone in a room.
I love
Just talking.
such a small little moment, but when Star-Lord's like, is Kevin Bacon still like
Yes.
the greatest actor? And then
He
Tom
was
Holland's
never.
like, he's never. Like, that's great.
That's what I had to rewind a lot just for the facial expressions of everyone.
Of everyone.
With the banter. Because like it cuts back to Star-Lord and his like confused face and like distraught face. And like the part when Star-Lord has Spider-Man, he's like, I'm a shoot your guy. And Tony's like, oh yeah, you shoot my guy, I shoot your guy. And then he busts out the giant gun. And Drax is like, dude, Star-Lord, I could take it. Doctor Strange's like, no, you cannot take it. Oh my god. Who or where, who, what, why is Gamora?
Another ad lib.
So good.
So good. One thing that's not good. It's funny, but it ruins the tension. And we talked about it when Drax is trying to be invisible. When Gamora is like, yo, you're going to kill me, okay?
You could have done that somewhere else because the joke was good. So keep it, but just put it somewhere else.
That scene just should have been intense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the one thing. It's like the Josh Whedon formula I don't like.
That's the ethos that the Marvel cinematic
they
universe
never
does.
can hold a serious they can never hold a serious scene, and that's why the ending is so good because like they did.
Yeah.
What if like
Drax comes in with a fart joke and everyone's like Drax.
Seriously, that's probably how it would have ended. That was the original draft.
You're right.
But like that's what I love about this movie is that the bad guy won. I know everybody said it, but he got what he wanted.
Mm-hmm. I like how they say, someone pointed out, it doesn't say the Avengers will return. It says Thanos will return.
And he will. I hope he's in it for a minute.
In it for a minute.
Like a long minute.
This
was his, he had the most screen time.
Yeah.
This was his movie. And that's what I love. Like, this was a villain's movie, but like, it was surrounded by heroes too.
Mm-hmm. I think it was just because there's so many heroes. Like, you know, when like, not to get political, but like, when you got like say two candidates, and like no, when you got your Democrat, your Republican, and you got your independent.
Mm-hmm.
Like say one of the independents has like Democratic, ideals, and so they pull votes from the Democratic Party, and so that just makes the Republican more in the lead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're taking votes from someone else and making.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the thing, that there's Thanos, but then there's all these heroes to spread out. So he's just number one.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Thanos is compelling.
He is, and I love every moment.
What did it cost you?
Everything. Oh, when he's grabbing her and like
he's
crying and he throws her, and I'm just like,
especially when we knew it. Like at first, I was like, yeah, he doesn't love anybody. And I was like, oh,
he does.
Shit. And Gamora's just down the train, like, you're such a pansy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, really? Tears?
Yeah. Oh, Red Skull. We mentioned him, 2 hours ago when this podcast started.
Honestly.
But
could you imagine what it would be? Because Thanos groomed her to replace him. Can you imagine a universe where Gamora does, and she's just as evil as him?
Ooh, that'd be interesting. Wow, where would that go?
Right?
Would Nebula even be a thing?
Star-Lord is her slave.
Ooh, kinky.
I would assume that her and Nebula would still like have some sort of relationship.
Yeah.
Or maybe because Gamora is good, that's why they
Or
are becoming-
Nebula and Star-Lord.
Ooh.
Ooh, robot vagina.
And she's not a robot anymore. She actually looks like Karen Gilliam.
Please, with hair.
Do a blue Karen Gilliam with red hair.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the music is amazing.
You can just play the Avengers theme on repeat.
Seriously.
That's perfect. The Squidward joke.
Oh, that's a good
And
joke.
the Wizards, embarrassing me in front of the Wizards.
Oh, the when Doctor Strange just has the millions of him.
Oh yeah, and does the whole hand thing.
When Thanos literally rips a planet from the sky.
Bro, that's one of my favorite parts when like Tony comes down and he's like, if you throw another moon at me, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, there's just
that scene was so cool. And
the
just
whole
like
movie is
that pull too when we like go to the moon and see like the impact, like that felt real. Like that looked like what it would look like if it actually happened. Like we look at the night sky and just see, poof, and just that because that stuff's traveling like faster, like almost at the speed of light, to like come down that fast from that distance.
Dude, Thor and Rocket. Whoever thought that would have been great.
I'm gonna get that arm.
I'm kind of mad that he got an eye back. I liked him with the eye patch.
Yeah, but now he has this cool, different eye color thing going on.
I wonder if the eye will play a part later on.
Somehow.
If it's significant or not.
Dude, what if he's like, he sees Nick Fury and he's like, oh, I don't really need this.
Yeah.
Gives him the eye. Dude, it's gonna be so weird having Nick Fury back. Assuming he comes back. When's the last time he's been with the Avengers? Has it been the first movie? He was there a little bit for Age of Ultron, but at that point they were kind of on their own.
Yeah. That was it.
Can you imagine?
Because he wasn't in Civil War, was he?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no. Then yeah.
It's so weird that maybe it's because he was more of a part of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And then
and
Shield
not a
lost.
part of Avengers, so that he's dealing more with that. Because I'm wondering, what did he have to do with the Accords in Civil War? Like,
yeah, we're I would have been interested just a scene or two to find out what he was doing,
mm-hmm.
how he was handling it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of gap to fill in with Fury. I just want to see the interactions with everyone so far past Avengers. Like him talking to Thor and Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Like what that would be like. And of course, Carol Danvers and him.
Yeah.
Re-meeting after 30 years.
That'll be interesting if that happens.
It has to happen.
Everybody's got to reconnect.
Nick Fury's coming back. He's got to come back.
Can this movie please be 4 hours long?
Honestly.
Like, 5 hours, that's a little long. That's a long movie.
Is it though?
Not for us, but for other people. Like, you can only show that movie like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you gotta think about how much money they're losing if a movie's so long.
Right?
Just
like,
put it in more theaters.
Just have the entire theater.
Honestly.
Infinity. Endgame. Like, but this movie could easily 315. That'd be a nice number right there. Little over 3 hours, but not 3.5.
How long is Titanic?
I don't know. Probably a minute, but
how long is the longest movie?
It's probably something stupid.
Well, I mean, like official, like acclaimed movies, not like this independent film that's technically a movie, but it's just a dude whacking off for 5 hours.
Yeah, there's a movie that claims to be 720 hours long.
Yeah, no.
In America. Nope, I don't really know. Anyways.
Yeah, anyway. I assume Titanic's in the 3 hour range.
Yeah, it probably is. My gosh.
You alright?
There's just a lot of movies that have a lot of run times that are bullshit.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Or just Lord of the Rings. Those are long. Look at right, Titanic, 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Perfect.
So if that could be a movie,
mm-hmm.
and be one of the highest grossing movies of all time, why can't Endgame?
Exactly.
Take notes, Disney.
Yeah, can we just bury any James Cameron creation? Please.
Avatar runtime, 2:42. Infinity War is 2 minutes less than that movie. Bullshit.
Infinity War is 240?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Endgame could easily be 350.
I think it's going to be 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's confirmed.
I'd still be okay with 4 hours.
I would too. Well, I think we're kind of dying down. Any more thoughts on Infinity War? Or do you want to give your top 5? No order, just your top 5.
Top 5? All right, now is it like top 5? Oh, like...
All of them.
What am I trying to say? Okay, all time or like top 5, which ones I'd want to watch?
No, just your favorite.
Keep hitting the wall. Iron Man has to be up there.
For me too, Iron Man. Guardians 1 for me.
Damn. I have to put Civil War up there too. Not because it's just superior, but just the acting really got me.
I would say Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War.
And Avengers.
Yeah, you can't not have the Avengers, right?
I would say those 4 for me. So Guardians, Iron Man, Infinity War, Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers have to be up there. The only difference between
Ragnarok. Those are probably my 5. It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard because like Ragnarok, but at the same time, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I had tough, but
the little gesture making, like the gang's all here.
The gang's all here, all 5 of my favorites.
You know what? I already have 1 Captain America movie there. I'm not putting 2. So
You
all right,
got
3.
So what the fuck? That just like registered. Like no.
It sucks. Like I like Doctor Strange. I like Homecoming.
Are they your top 5?
Out of all of them,
Black Panther.
Black Panther and Spider-Man strong behind it.
So what are your top 5?
No, I'd have to go Ragnarok.
Okay. So our difference is Guardians and Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War.
All right. Well, we can tell which ones are the favorites, and I would assume most people would agree.
Yeah.
So
with Winter Soldier being in there somewhere.
Yeah, Winter Soldier is an honorable mention.
Spider-Man for some people being up there, and Black Panther, obviously.
My honorable mention, Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
If I had an honorable mention that didn't make my top 5, that's probably my favorite Cap movie.
Did we not put Infinity War in there?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. Okay.
Don't worry. Now, will Endgame top it?
It has to.
It has to.
Isn't that what we said about Infinity War? It was like, Infinity War has to be amazing. It has to.
And it was.
Yeah, but
so
it was.
Endgame has to be the same, right? Or even better. Only time it's gonna be. It's gonna be better. I know you shouldn't have hype like this to this max, but the Russo brothers, I have so much faith in them, and what they're doing with the marketing.
Have they made a disappointing movie? Winter Soldier,
Civil War,
Infinity War.
Yeah.
It's all wars.
It is.
It could have been Captain America, Winter War, Civil War, Infinity War, End War.
Right? Dude, they haven't made a bad one. They know these characters. They know how to do it. They know how to direct action. They know how to, share the screen with characters. They know these stories. So, we're going to end it on a good note of our hype for this movie.
Yeah.
Guys, this was an exceptionally long podcast.
Very. We're coming up to 2:10.
2:10. You know what?
This is going to take forever to export.
That is it. You got to get to it tonight.
Yeah. God damn it.
So,
code word for those of you who have made it this far.
The true champs of this podcast.
You soldiers. Cockroach. Cockroach.
The highlight of the podcast.
Type cockroach down in the comments for those who have made it.
Hopefully somebody will one day actually type that in the comments.
The true champs.
True champs.
If you guys made it through and you liked it, please let us know with a like. Comment on things we could do better. What your thoughts? What is your top 5?
Yeah, top 5. Give us to them.
Top 5. There's a good interactive
We
comment.
want to talk to people about the top 5s.
If you're listening to other resources like Spotify, Podbean, iTunes podcasts, leave a review. Leave something.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
As always, guys, this is Andrew.
And this has been Caleb.
Peace!
Bye!